Bam! How you doing today? A bye week. So at least it sort of like takes a little bit of stress, a little strain off. Yeah, you can relax a little bit going into the weekend. Instead of saying, oh, God, we're going to win this game. We'll be back to that next week, though. Because you don't want to lose to the Rams. When they beat up on the Hawks, they look a little better than the last time we seen them. Well, you know, but we're going to look a lot better than they. We're going to look a lot better this time than we did last time, too. I think. No. Last time we played the Rams, we had a pretty good host of guys. But anyway, Coach Shanahan is not impressed with the analytics estimation of the team having only a 6% chance of making the 2020 playoffs. Coach does believe with the return of a number of star players returning from injury and getting back into the lineup will fortify the struggling Niners enough to compete for the rest of the campaign. Coach is still talking about the playoffs. So from now on Twitter, stop asking me, should the 49ers tank? The 49ers don't tank. They've never tanked. Why is that a question? It's not a question. There'll be no tanking. 49ers play hard every Sunday. Now, if they lose, they lose. But going out there and intentionally losing, get out of here with that. No. So also, Takk McKinley has been picked up off waivers to add a boost to the defensive line. And we'll be discussing the latest developments from Niners Central and taking your phone calls as per usual. And fam, here's the thing, COVID's all over us. COVID's all over us. Niners announced that Javon Kinlaw is joining Eric Armstead on the reserve COVID-19 list. Shanahan informed reporters yesterday that others were expected to join Armstead on the reserve COVID-19 list. Obviously, because as soon as I heard that Javon was on there, actually, as soon as I heard Eric say, I said, well, Eric's around the whole dang team. And sure enough, it is possible that others will join Armstead and Kinlaw, as Eric was near teammates, of course, all during the game against the Saints and for the trip back to the Bay Area. They're sitting in the same plane. Shanahan said, quote, he did have some close contacts. When we get them all, they'll be on the list, so you'll see that. Them. I can tell you right now, the whole team is on COVID this week. We are just lucky we had a bye week. As a result of that misery, Niners coaches and players have been working remotely this week, aside from reporting to the facility for daily COVID-19 testing. Well, hey, maybe some of the guys aren't. Yeah, it's been a few days now. So maybe everybody's not sick. God, man. Or not, well, symptoms. When they test it, it's a weird thing, COVID. It's probably not going to affect them in the least bit. We're talking about prime athletes in their 20s. It's not going to, And other related news, this is going to make a lot of people mad. I was delighted. I had no idea. But according to a tweet from NFL reporter Albert Breer a few hours ago, he tweets, worth mentioning, 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo has a no-trade clause for the 2021 league year only. The Jimmy hater gang, boy, I bet they was mad as hell. I don't want to laugh at you, but you know what? I have made it clear. I want that Super Bowl bunch back together and this time get it right. That's just me, all right? But that does mean the Niners can't trade him without his consent between now and March 22nd. And Kyle Shanahan said just yesterday he expects Garoppolo to be his starter in 2021. But he didn't tell anybody exactly why. Kyle may feel the same way as some of the Jimmy Haters gang do. I don't know. But I do know, no, Jimmy's going to get... Somebody did put up something there that did hit home. Somebody said he's turning into... What's that guy's name? Sam, what's the guy that's getting hurt all the time with the Rams? Jimmy cannot be that. Please, Jimmy, don't be Sam. Oh, what is that guy's name? And he was always hurt. He was a good quarterback, but he's always hurt. And also, Jeremy Fowler, ESPN tweets, Takk McKinley, an Oakland native, is pleased to go back to the Bay Area after getting claimed by the 49ers. And I'm told he's more confident he will pass the physical. fail with Bengals this week. He's been dealing with a groin issue. Every team has different evaluations. Can you imagine? I got to give it to Takk right now. He's got that kind of skill that he can go in and actually, I don't know what he was doing to make him fail him, because it ain't like the Bengals are just overwhelmed with edge talent either. Takk must have went in there and said and did something to make sure. And man, I don't want to play for no Bengals. I heard the 49ers won't be. I gotta fail this physical. Whatever I do, man, I gotta get out of here and get back to the Bay. So McKinley is back in the Bay. McKinley recorded 13 sacks in the first 2 NFL seasons, but just 4.5 sacks since. Make no mistake, Takk McKinley is not somebody you want to write home about right now. But again, what I'm looking forward to is Takk, if he's satisfied and happy in his environment, and you got Chris Kasurik. I'm betting on Chris Kasurik turning Takk into a raging beast. I know, wishful thinking, right? He's registered 79 tackles, 22 tackles for a loss, 17.5 sacks, 45 quarterback hits, 2 passes defensed, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery during his first 4 NFL seasons. See, it's not real impressive. I got to tell you right now, I've had enough of D Ford, and I'll take Takk over D if he can play week to week right now. Because D ain't coming back. If D comes back, he'll be back for a few minutes to go back and sit down. That's all he's going to do with us. That's it. D should retire. He really should. Because I don't think he's ever going to be right again. I really don't. And then here we got him. Oh, man. Anyway, the Niners are currently sitting at the bottom of the NFC West standings with a 4-6 record. Why? Mainly because the NFC West is the toughest division in the NFL. TheAthletic.com recently projected the Niners' chances of reaching the playoffs as a wild card at 6%. Coach Shanahan doesn't really concern himself with computers trying to tell him what is likely or unlikely to occur. Good. Coach joined KBR early today and was asked if hearing his team's real slim chance of reaching postseason play is disheartening. Shanahan responded on the Murph and Mack show with, quote, "The analytics doesn't bum me out. I try to go off when you look at your schedule, you look at your team, and do you feel you have a chance to compete in every game? I thought we played a lot better football just on all 3 phases Sunday versus Kyle. We did not play good on all 3 phases. Special teams was the reason why we lost the game. Just say 2 phases, okay?" God. Unfortunately, when you turn the ball over 4 times like that, I don't really care who's out there. It gives you a hard chance to win. Well, that's true. But I think we're getting a number of guys back that I know will help us. And I also think the guys have been playing really starting to take a step in the right direction, unquote. Coach Shanahan remains hopeful that several reinforcements, as you know, will be available for the Niners' next game, which is a Week 12 road matchup against them nasty Rams down in their place. They haven't lost a game in there yet. So, we play better on the road anyway. Because as I said, we do play better on the road. We should have won that game. We donated that game to the Saints. Special teams alone donated that game. The INTs, we could have got around that. Shanahan continued with, quote, "If we can use the guys this bye week to help us get healthier, we can come back and play a little bit better football from it, because I do feel we've got the guys in our building and some guys coming back that give us a chance in every game," unquote. Kyle, I'm feeling you, man. You got Ayuk out there looking like he's going to be Rookie of the Year. I'm going to put Debo on the other side. Richie James looks like a player that's just reinvented himself, except for that. Richie! Except for that one mistake. I ain't mad at him, though, because he shows a lot more than Trent Taylor. Now, Richie's looking to redeem himself. We suddenly have, as long as Richie can stop doing those kind of things, we suddenly have a legit wide receiver core, and they're all youngsters. So that means, Debo, Ayuk, and Richie, they could tear up. All of them are playmakers. It's just finally, because Ayuk could definitely be Emmanuel Sanders. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, actually, I don't want to say too soon because he still needs more seasoning, but you can see the ceiling for Ayuk is into another orbit. Now, that means you've got everything you have with Emmanuel Sanders, a little bit more next year for sure. Debo's only going to improve. And Richie's been ready. It looks like what I'm seeing for a while now. Kyle just didn't notice. Kendrick's a steady man. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep him next year, too. But that's 4 guys you can all pretty much depend on. Don't get me started on George Kittle and Jordan Reed. Oh, my God. We may get to see that. No, we won't. George isn't going to be back unless we go to the playoffs. And I know I'm done saying we're not going to make the playoffs. It's possible. If all you got to deal with is the NFC East, ain't nobody going to the NFC East but whoever wins the division. Everybody else in that division is dead meat. Unless we go up there and we lose to Washington. Hey, we lost to the Eagles too, didn't we? If we have the same record as those teams, they go ahead of us. Okay. I got a feeling we're still going to win more games than they do. All right. Anyway, fam, let's go over to Coach Simplify. Coach, McKinley failed his physical in Cincinnati. I'm wondering why, but I hope he is good now and can play. We need him. Capital S. McKinley is a very active pass rusher. If he plays pass downs only, we got a winner. You know what I'm saying? I just need somebody out there to get the quarterback. I'm tired of watching the quarterback. Although we didn't watch, Drew Brees was not sitting back relaxing this time, but that may have been due to the cover. Fam, this is why I'm wondering, bringing Sherm back, I got to feel it's just by conditioning. Quarterbacks and coaches are not going to throw on Sherm, and they got to deal with Verrett only. Sherm carries the fear factor that I think that's going to make the 49ers secondary even better. I don't know. They may go ahead and challenge him. We'll see. But I love having Verrett over there playing at Pro Bowl for him. And Sherm being the legend he is on the other side. Now teams are not going to be able to look out there. I'm going to drop this right off short because, the possibility. Ronbo, what up? I was just on the Seahawks version of Ronbo, and I see why the Hawks fans coming here because that dude put me to sleep. You're not about my boy Norm, are you? Now, Seahawks fans, actually, they should be weeded out now after getting their butt whipped and looking like Russell Wilson is not going to be able to carry that team on his shoulders by himself. They lost their secondary starters, and they weren't even that good. And I hope we play the Seahawks. I hope we do just like Buffalo. Man, forget about running the ball. Hey, Haim, you can go out for passes today, anything else. We ain't running the ball, but we ain't running it. So, because this team cannot stop the pass. Rams just throwing the ball any way they want to. Every now and then they ran the ball, but I was wondering why. Ray Jr. said, what up? We back at it once again. Our new member, Takk McKinley. What do we know about him? Ray, I just went over that a little while ago. He hasn't done a hell of a lot, but like Coach says, you use him on third down situations. He's pretty active. We got guys who can play every down between. You can put Armstead in for every down except for obvious passing downs, and put Takk in there during them passing downs. Keep him fresh. He's got a growing situation going on, but Takk can play. I'm not sure what's going on in Atlanta. He may have been disgruntled or something. I don't know what they did to him, but he can bring back and we can post his grandmama's. Remember, did you see him in the? You see him in the draft, right? We could post his grandmama's photo in the clubhouse and things like that. This way he'll feel at home. Like Takk. Yeah, hey, I like that. Put out by the Takk attack. Oh, I like it. Let me get a phone now and check out what's going on with Alex. Alex.
Yo, what's up, big Ronbo?
Al, man, I'm delighted with the fact that Kyle Shanahan says, look, you guys can talk to me all you want to about my chances of making the playoffs. We're just going to go out there and play, and I'm not even thinking about not going to the playoffs. That's all we are thinking about. Alex, do we have a chance to go to the playoffs?
Of course we got a chance for the playoffs, Ronbo. The NFC is trash.
Yes!
The NFC is trash, Ronbo. We're going to sneak in and get that last wild card spot at least.
Woo! Yeah, hey, we got 6 games left.
You know nobody in the because you know that nobody in the NFC East is going to make it. The one team that we got to worry about is probably going to either be like the Vikings, or that's it. That's it, really.
Yeah.
I think all 4 NFC West teams make it to the playoffs, honestly.
Yeah. And somebody said that earlier in the season, too. So, yeah.
Because, I mean, I think that's just how it's going to play out because the Bears suck. The Lions suck. The Saints are done now that they lost Drew Brees. Nobody in the NFC East is going to make the wild card. They're going to go in and get whoever wins that division is going to go like, I don't know, 5-11.
Eagles maybe. Alex, if you had to put right now, if you had to say who's going to win the NFC East, who would you think? Washington's in it.
Man.
I mean,
What's Washington? I think the Giants could make it. Maybe I like the Giants defense. I like the Redskins defense too. The Redskins are the #1 passing defense in the league, which is kind of crazy.
I know. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I don't get it. I think honestly, I think it's because of their front seven. They have a really good defensive line with Young and Allen and Kerrigan, all those dudes. But yeah, I don't know. We got a shot to make the wild card, and if we can get Debo and Mostert running, and we can string a few wins here, we get Kittle back for the playoffs. I mean, we could make a little run right here. We could get hot.
I'm glad
if he doesn't make any mistakes.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, you must know a little bit about the ruling. George Kittle went on the IR. That's not season ending? He only went once. I think he can go once. You're right.
Yeah, I think that it can be a short-term IR. So maybe they put him on short-term IR, but they'll leave him on longer just in case he comes back. Because Kittle said himself he'll be back in 2 weeks, but obviously we know that's not going to happen. That's just Kittle being Kittle, and Kyle Shanahan's going to hold him out for as long as he needs him to. But if we do make a wild card and we get Kittle back, I mean, shoot. Who knows what could happen, Ronbo? Who knows? What if Nick Mullins gets hot all of a sudden?
Oh, if you could just keep Jordan Reed from getting hurt between now and the end of the season, this scenario could play off right. Because God bless a team that's going to deal Debo, Richie all of a sudden who's come into play, Ayuk, who looks like he's going to be one of the best rookies of all time, and then you got George back and Jordan Reed together. We got firepower. Jimmy's going to come back in week 15. I know you don't want to hear that, but Jimmy's coming back about week 15 or 14, something like that. And that could be the playoff team.
It could be.
Yeah, they could be tough.
Well, I mean, obviously Jimmy's the best quarterback that we got on the team, so I'd be pumped to see him come back and see if maybe he can finish the season strong with the way he started it. And, honestly, Ronbo, I like – no, like's too weak of a word. I love that we got Takk McKinley, Ronbo.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you about that.
I think I was watching some highlights, man. He is fast off that ball, and he has a motor.
He's grizzly.
Motor on him. I think that he's going to be our D Ford replacement next year.
You got my vote right now. I've had it with D. D is not, his body it's breaking down on him. He can't recuperate. He can't recover. And then when he does, something else hurts. His back hurts, and his leg was what started it, and everything else is just falling into place and falling apart. So yeah.
Yeah, he can kick rocks for all I care, man.
Yeah.
He can take his check that we owe him and bounce, dude. We're done with you, bro.
What a waste of money. Big money. God.
To a degree, he showed out for us at the beginning of last year. Like it sucks because with D Ford, we saw what the defensive line could have been if he stayed healthy the first 6 weeks. Like our D line.
Did he last that long? Yeah.
Somewhere around there. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Anyway, it was short.
Yeah, it wasn't very long. But we got like a legit. Takk is automatically the best pass rusher on this team.
As soon as he gets
already.
Yep.
And so and he's going to add an element that we've been missing. And look how much pressure we were getting on Drew Brees. And hey, the Saints offensive line is no joke, Ronbo. They might be one of the best units in the NFL. and we were pressuring all day. So now we actually got an edge presence. Shoot, and Kiter got some help now. Armstead can stay in the middle and whatever, play patty cake or whatever he does, and then hopefully.
And don't forget to mention my boy Javon. He looks like he's starting to learn what it is like to be in the NFL. I like that. Yo.
Yes, sir. It's just all going to come. I'm telling you, it's all going to come down to. Well, I'll say two things: quarterback play and offensive line. If our boy, where's Ben Garland? Is Ben Garland okay? What happened to him? I didn't even hear what injury he got.
I have no idea. But Alex, let me see you. Let me see you Friday. It's another high ankle. It's the same ankle sprain. Yeah. Go ahead.
I just want to shout out. It's not with football, but Klay Thompson, man, we love you, bro. Hopefully you get well soon.
Yeah.
Sucks
another
that,
leg injury.
Probably a season ending. Yeah, it looks like it might be Achilles. So sucks, but.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, Alex. Looking for you Friday.
Have a good night, man.
You too, fam.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Night, Alex. Oh, and let me remind you, please, fam, as I always plead with you, please don't come on like a drunken sailor. The profanity, and for God's sakes, do not drop the F-bomb, the MF-bomb, okay? I plead with you, fam. All right. Hey, and with that dollar bill, Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
I'm excited because Kyle, man, he seems like he's got a little bounce in his step. Now that Kyle's got his dudes coming back, I don't think he'll be looking like Kilgore when he's doing the press conferences. Because now he's got some horses back, and I tell you, now that Sherman's coming back, I'm starting to warm up to that idea because I like seeing Sherm out there. Because you know what Sherm can't do, he can still scare you. You know, anybody will throw on Sherm unless necessarily. But what you gonna do? You gonna throw on Sherm? Not gonna throw on Sherm. You gonna throw on who? You ain't gonna throw on my boy JV, because he'll get you. I'm liking the way things are looking ahead. But fam, what are you thinking? Is Kyle right to believe he can make it to the playoffs?
Hey, they got a shot. They got a shot, and I'm gonna tell you why. Shout out my boy Russo. Check out his YouTube, Russo SF49 as well. That's my TNT partner. But I had talked with him earlier, and he made a great point. And this is how we can get in. If Tampa Bay beat the Rams this week, and we beat the Rams in 2 weeks, and the Bears lose one more game, we claim that 7th spot. And Nick Foles, he's done.
I know. What's wrong with him? He looks terrible this year.
He's done. So if Tampa can beat the Rams, which I believe they will, and we turn around to beat the Rams and the Bears lose, we got that 7th spot. So,
but you still got 6 games to go though. But you put yourself in position.
Yeah. We'll claim that spot, but we got to fight too. We got to fight.
Hold on to it.
We got to fight it to the end. Yeah. We got to keep winning games. But this is a perfect time though, because you got Debo coming back, and you got Mostert coming back, and you got Debo with IU, and this defense, what we got right now is still balling.
Improving. They're figuring it out.
Yeah, because you gotta look at the Saints game. You know, we took Drew Brees out the game, and Taysom Hill couldn't do nothing against us. You know, they scored off our turnovers. You know, we shot our own self in the foot.
And before Drew left, he wasn't bombing us. We had him covered. The 49ers defense I don't know what happened to them, but they've improved. They finally figured something out there.
Exactly. So we got a legit chance, man. We getting weapons coming. We got weapons coming back. And I tell you what, Ronbo, I'm glad we got Takk McKinley. Now, I seen him play. Now this dude ain't no pushover. Now this dude, this might be a steal, Ronbo. Now
maybe.
If this man comes in and show his naked, you know what?
Yeah. And plays inspired, because he may be happy to be back. He may be all pumped up.
Yep. You can say bye-bye to D Ford.
Oh, please.
I'll say that right now.
Ronbo,
hey, mark my words. If McKinley comes in and balls out, we can say bye-bye to D.
You have to.
D is gone.
Because this is his rookie. It's time to pay him. No, wait. 17, 18, 19, 20, 17, 18. Yeah, he's either fifth-year option or picked up. He's a first-round pick. 17. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I, you know what, Ronbo, that was some smoke that McKinley did. He didn't want to play for the Bengals. He
I
faked
know.
that field. He faked that field. Yeah.
I don't.
So
I especially heard. He especially heard we was trying to get him.
yeah. So it's clear as day. But yeah, man. Jimmy G, that Jimmy G clause, man.
I didn't even know about that.
Hey, look. I ain't saying I'm all out on Jimmy G. I just want Jimmy G to take his game to a whole nother level. That's all I want him to do. But hey, just because he don't have a trade clause doesn't mean he can't get released now.
No, he can get released. But the thing is, why would you do that? You got to get something for him. I mean, I couldn't just get rid of Jimmy without getting nothing back. And contrary to public opinion, you know how many teams would take Jimmy G? Chicago would take him in a heartbeat. Belichick would be back for him. There's a few other teams. We'll take Jimmy because I think 49er fans look down on him, but I think the majority of the league probably thinks Jimmy G's not a bad quarterback. Yeah. And so
I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't all the way anti Jimmy. I just want Jimmy G to take it to another level, man. Because it's long overdue now. You should be out there reading the defenses, seeing guys who open and not missing guys who's open. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you just got to go out there and ball out. But but hey,
he's also got to get that offensive line's got to help him. Just got to give him a little help because Jimmy, when he first came, we didn't have a good level, but they were better than what we got now, and they were gave him just a little more time. He's got to have at least 2.5 seconds and a good ankle, and I think you'll see what you're looking for.
All you got to do is just fix the right side of the line from the center to all the way to the right tackle. Because McGlinchey right now is looking like a peewee player. Can't do nothing. He just can't do nothing. And if you have him out there, man, when you have him out there, any quarterback that's out there behind him, they're gonna be in trouble. Because it's the same when you get bulldozed by a DB. That's sad. That's real sad. So,
I mean, I would have got up and came. First thing I would do is apologize to everybody as I come. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't. You know what? I didn't see him coming. I lied. I did some. That's embarrassing. Oh man. Anyway, we gonna go. I'll see you Friday.
All right, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT fan, man. Trey Trez, Big Show, Russo, Sheik, all them guys, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey, Joe, Sue, all them guys. Hey, man, we still got a chance.
Yes.
So since we still got a chance, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida. It won't be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It'll be the San Francisco 49ers versus to be announced. All right, man.
All right, fam. Because I tell you what, believe this. If the 49ers are healthy, going into the playoffs as a wild card, no division leader wants to put up with that. Because that would be the 49ers have gotten things rolling, especially if they go in on a winning note, winning 3 or 4 in a row or something like that. That means the Niners are at least 80% back. Can't say 100% back unless George Kittle's back on the field and Nick Bosa. But if everybody else is back, all you clowns in there that don't know nothing about the 49ers, you Seahawks jerks, you guys are tripping. You know like we know. Hey, Norm, come on, Norm.
Yep, Norm is here. He's still in the car. He's just not still Niners all day. You know, I got my marathon shirt on.
I noticed that.
I'm in motion right now, so all you hating, everybody who wants to wonder why I'm in motion, y'all. I stay in motion. Some of y'all don't know about because y'all be on YouTube all day. I be getting this chicken, man. You feel me? And speaking of chicken, man, of chickens, man, chickens better worry, man, because y'all looking like y'all going down, babe. It's looking crazy. But we not talking about no chickens or no lamb chops or no doggone or no pigeons right now. We talking about none of that.
We talking about the Supreme Team.
The Supreme Team is still in full effect. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something, okay? Shout out to Greg Rosenthal. And he's going to shut a lot of these haters and these whiners and these fans that came here last year and got spoiled by the woes of, by the pleasures of by the allure of an NFC championship. And now looking at a 4 or 5 team going, take. You know what?
Oh,
Get out of here with that take. I look here. You're looking at a fan who was at the stadium when they only had one win, okay? And it was right in the middle of the season. Stop playing with me. This is not a tank team.
no, ever.
They're still in the hunt. This
We
team
we
is still in
play
the hunt
hard.
for the
That's right.
playoffs. And
Pride.
Kyle Shanahan, Greg Rosenthal spoke this, said no team or no coach would be able to overcome the woes that the San Francisco 49ers have endured this season. Every team's had injuries, but no team has had the impact from their injuries like the Niners had. Yet Kyle Shanahan has this attitude that this season isn't over for us yet. We got 6 games, and the Niners have already demonstrated under Kyle Shanahan's tutelage that they can win 6 straight games at the end of the season. They've done that already. And
Yep.
that's what got some of y'all fans over here talking about, oh my God, they're back. And now they're like, we suck again. No, we don't suck again. We real hurt real bad. We still banged up, but we still bang, Niner gang all
Yes.
day. Takk McKinley, about that D-line, that's going to be a good refreshment to our D-line. Defense might be a little better. Going out there with Robert Saleh. Yes, I said Robert, not John today. It's yeah, that defense is gonna be looking a little fresh. When we come back from the bye week, going down to SoFi Stadium, them lamb chops, they gonna be quiet, man. They're gonna be real quiet, man. Henderson may not get a lot of yards, man. I seen like it's looking good for us for this going down this road. Buffalo's probably the only team that I'm really worried about in that whole roster.
Boy, they make everybody
That's
work
it.
hard.
That's it. It's the Bills. Josh Allen playing pretty good. They defense is smacking right now. That's it, though. Everybody else is like, all right, yeah, we ready for y'all. But even the Bills, they still ready for them, too. Like, that might be one of the ones that it's just like when the Niners played the Jaguars, everybody was like, oh, my God, it's Saxonville. They only got 1 sack that game. So, yeah.
Hey, Norm, you know what? The Cardinals are still waiting on us. I really don't like that team, Norm. That boy pulled a miracle out of his butt the other day.
They do that. They do that. They are good for that. But yeah, and then we had a lot of pieces out there. We didn't have every piece though. They didn't get to wipe no Ayuk off their face though. I just want to see
right?
I just want to see somebody from Arizona wipe the Ayuk off their face.
Whoever's trying to deal with him, Ayuk will lose you. I don't care who you are.
They'll have Debo, that wide receiving core. I was just hearing y'all talk about that wide receiver core. It's going to be a little more plush when we go down to Arizona. So,
And Debo and Ayuk, Norm, you know what? They're never going to say it. Nobody's going to ever say it. But there's going to be a little quiet competition going on between those two because both of them are going to want to be the men. Now, Ayuk just got here, so we can say, this is Debo's house for now.
Hopefully it's one of those situations where it's like, you the man. No, you're the man.
Yeah,
no,
you know the man. I'm just a squirrel in trying to get another show world, bro. You know.
But we try to uplift each other, man. Uplift each other, black man. Trying to get these yards and go hard.
And then Richie James, who just entered the party, was standing there, I'm going to run all of y'all off the field. Oh!
Richie James, Brandon Ayuk, Debo, Sam, then you still got KB, you got and Jordan Reed out there, you hitting and handling, bro. This team, look, we got 6 games left. Don't be surprised if this team shocked people, y'all. Don't be surprised when everybody's like counting us. Well, not everybody counting us out, but you got them people, them spoiled fans and haters and analysts, whatever, counting us out. Don't be surprised if the squad come out and just start slapping people, bro.
Tell you, Norm, it's the offense is
fresh off the bye week.
Just got to keep
telling teams bye-bye.
That's it. And the more reps that Nick gets, I got a feeling he's going to step over that line of falling into mediocrity suddenly during the course of a game. But Norm, we got to go. Let me see Friday.
Friday.
In that same car.
Yes, I love it. I might be at the house though, cooking, and it's Niners all day.
All right, fam. You check out Norm. That Norm. Oh God.
No.
And let me check out Santana.
Sir Bumble, how you doing?
Santana, man, I gotta tell you, man. It's like I'm excited about the return of these guys. You know what? They're gonna come back, probably not razor sharp, but they're going to come back. And if we can get through this game with the Rams, what I did notice with the Rams and Seahawks, the Hawks didn't put no pressure on Jared Goff all day. And of course, with their secondary, all Goff had to do was pick them apart. They made Goff look like the best quarterback in the NFL this past weekend. We got to put some pressure on Goff. I believe we could win that game. But Santana, you got your guys coming back. Kyle Shanahan does not want to hear about that 6%. The computer has already told him, Kyle, you've got no chance. It's whoever programmed that computer had to be a Seahawks fans. Right in there. The only word Seahawks fans know with their limited vocabulary and short intelligence level is delusional. So Santana, are you going along with Kyle Shanahan? Are you going to the playoffs?
I mean, I'm the type of guy that is going to try to make it to the playoffs. I don't want him to tank, that's for sure,
Oh, yeah. You ain't got to worry about that.
Because, Ronbo is like, there's no reason to tank, maybe to get a good player that maybe might, pan out not to be a good player in the
A
NFL,
50-50
to get
guy.
a first-round pick,
Hey,
we
Santana,
already seen what happened with – what's up?
I just want to say one thing about tanking. You know why it's hard to tank in football? Because football's a hustle sport. If I'm the coach, I'm not going to tell my players to go out there and half hustle, right? If I catch a player, if I catch a player out there not hustling, he's going to get kicked off the team. That's what the nature of the sport. So you can't really tank. Yeah.
Nah, Ronbo. No, I think you lose respect, and as a coach, if you do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then obviously, this is the time you find out who wants to be with the 49ers and who doesn't want to be here.
And that's
and
it.
And this is the time to find out who's a real player and who isn't. Who has it and who doesn't. And then we have a good team, Rumble. We're not bad. We're just missing Nick Bosa, George Kittle, and Jimmy G. But if we remember last year, we didn't need Jimmy G for the playoff games. You know what I'm saying? If we can get the running back, going again, if we get Raheem Mostert and we can get Tevin Coleman back, we can get that running game going again, and we can win games. Manhandling teams like last year. So.
You're gonna still need it. You still need to pass the ball, though. There's too many third down situations.
Oh yeah.
There's also situations. If a team knows all you're gonna do is run the ball, they're gonna stop you. So Jimmy G.
Yeah, no.
For what he does it well. Last year during the playoffs, he came in at exactly the right time. If a team's defense is so weak that we can run on them all day, well, yeah, then you run on them all day. But yeah.
That's the thing about Jimmy. Like he doesn't get nervous. He doesn't even in big moments. He doesn't. Even if he throws a pick, he stays the same.
It's better after a pick. So, strangely.
Yeah. So I'm like I like Jimmy G. And he's good. He's a good quarterback. But same thing, man. Just injuries that But I mean, I don't know, Ronbo. I think Jimmy G. If we can make it to playoffs, I'm sure Jimmy G will come back sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely have a chance on making playoffs. And and I'm glad that we got what's his name. That guy we just signed,
Takk McKinley. Yeah.
I've seen some videos of him. He's fast off the edge.
He plays hard.
So, and Rumble, D Ford has to go, man.
Oh,
D Ford
we
has
all
to
agree.
Go.
Yeah.
He needs to go and get him out of here, man. Just retire. Let us. So we'll see, man. I mean, what do you think, Rumble? Do you think we're making playoffs or what? Honest question.
I have
Give
two
me your
teams.
honest opinion, man.
I am. I'm telling you right now. There's two teams I'm worried about: Buffalo and my favorite guys, the Cards. I really don't like playing that team. I didn't like it last year when he was a rookie, and I really don't like it now. It makes me nervous. Every time he gets the ball, I get nervous because he's going to either take off like a bullet or his accuracy. And he's a good pocket quarterback. This is the ultimate weapon. A guy who can navigate from the pocket, running is as a last resort, but he will find that receiver. And then,
Yeah.
if all else fails, he's out of here in a flash. My God, that's tough. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, Rumble, look, I got just one more thing to say, man. Okay, like I feel with the team we have, we can make playoffs. The only thing I do have a concern about is the quarterback. I don't think Nick Mullins can get us, give us. He doesn't give us a good chance of winning games. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I feel the team is good, but I don't know, Rumble. Maybe
if you give him Debo and Mostert, he needs a good solid run game, and I think he'll be okay.
Maybe Ronbo, but I mean, I think there's still one quarterback out in free agency that gives us a better chance of winning games and making playoffs. And you already know who I'm talking about, but no one wants to hear about him, and it's all good, It's Kaepernick, man. Kaepernick gives us a better chance. He's a better quarterback than anyone, and he's better than Nick Mullins, better than CJ Beathard, better than Josh Johnson.
If he started at the beginning of the season, but he doesn't know anything about the offense.
Yeah, okay. But then you have to. That's why you have a coach. The coach has to make something for the quarterback to make it work.
But then you got to get every. The problem with that is, Santana. Now you have to get everybody else who knows one offense. You got to switch them to a Kaepernick. It's too late. If they were going to do that, they'd have to do it at the beginning of the season and get everybody on board with that. If you're going to run two offenses, that's tough to do. Because Kaepernick, with him, the offense is built around him. But right now, if he came in, he's got to learn too much because the other guys don't know what he's doing. You know?
I mean, hey, if you have a chance to make playoffs, it's better than it's never too late, Ronbo. It's never too late, Ronbo.
You can't start with a quarterback that knows nothing about what you're doing, though. I mean, what's Kyle going to do? He's going to teach him all that verbiage. He's going to teach him all these moves. It's too late, Santana. You got to start at the beginning of the season.
I mean,
Cap would be useless.
I mean, I don't know, Ronbo, but I mean, obviously no one wants Cap, but to be honest,
it's not that.
He's the best chance out there.
I don't know. I'm just arguing your point about he's the best chance. Cap would sink immediately if you put him out there in a situation. He needs to know what we're doing. If he doesn't, there's nothing he can do. So and Kyle's not going to do that. You got to start him at the beginning of the season where they could work it in. But now it's too late.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. You brought Josh Johnson. Who is Josh
he ain't
Johnson,
playing.
Bro? I don't even know who he is.
He must have worked with.
He ain't playing, but
I think he worked with he's only there. You know what he's there for, Santana? He's there so the 49ers can learn to deal with running quarterbacks. He's not going to play.
Maybe.
No, that's for sure.
Rumble.
Anyway,
but yeah,
Santana,
but like I said, Rumble, we can make playoffs, but Nick needs to get his stuff together and make some stuff going. So we definitely got a chance to Rumble.
All right, fam. Let me see you Friday because we're out of time. All right, fam. Night, Santana.
See you, man. Later, man.
All right. And we go out to Jersey to see James. James!
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
James, Kyle's got me all pumped up. Now, I'm reading Kyle be damned if he's tanking for not tanking, but if he's going to believe the critics when they say, Kyle, you got no chance, man. You got a 6% chance. You know how they love to crunch everything into a computer. You feed it, computer spits back out. They got a 6% chance of making the playoffs. And Kyle says, oh, you ain't talking to me. James, what do you think? Is Kyle right?
First of all, Ronbo, thank you once again, and how you doing, and you and your staff.
Thanks, man. Doing great
for us. And I'll tell you this much: it's a lot of things that I heard him say when he made it clear about Garoppolo is our quarterback going forward in 2021. He will be our starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Here's what I can tell you.
I didn't even know about that.
All these guys coming back. Well, I didn't hear that, but I think it is in the contract, though.
Yeah, it's posted up.
At the end of the day, it's It's like this here. We're getting back a lot of guys. Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman. And we're getting back Richard Sherman. Now, the way that back end is playing right now, are they really going to want to put Sherman back on the field?
See,
I think the caller, Dion had said about maybe using him in a few packages with zone. But these guys went up against Drew Brees and Michael Thomas and the Saints. Emmanuel Sanders that, was up there like, what they were going to do. Well, guess what? That back end, they held their own back there Sunday. And right now, I just don't know, because there's an old saying in football: if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Now, I like the signing of Takk McKinley, and Will hit it right on the head. He didn't pass that physical because he was waived by the Atlanta Falcons, so he wasn't under contract to nobody. Mm-hmm. But maybe his agent alerted him and said, hey, 49ers were, they were interested in you, but COVID, they couldn't make a move. So then he probably said, look, just tell him I ain't going to pass him. I can't pass a physical or something or whatever. But he wasn't under contract with him, so he wasn't obligated. There was no interference by the 49ers. And now we need to, we're going to be moving on from some players, and I can tell you 4, I believe I know of, actually 5. Number 1 is D Ford, Akello Witherspoon, Richard Sherman, Tevin Coleman, and possibly Jerick McKinnon. Okay? Now, with these guys coming back, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Sanders, possibly George Kittle, we see how good Jordan Reed is on the field. We're dreaming and having an envision of seeing him and Kittle on the field together with Ayuk.
God.
But
what a defensive nightmare.
There's also one player coming back that we forgot about. Everybody in the Empire forgot about. How could we forget this other player? His name is Mr. Freeze. It's called Nick Mullins, okay? This team, I'm going to say it just like this. We can be in a game looking real good in a game. When he makes that first turnover, they won't play for him anymore. That's just, Kyle knows that. He's being nothing but advertised. He's being shopped right now. Okay? We are right there, but guess what? We just don't have a quarterback right now. Now, I can say this much. There's a few intriguing prospects in the 2021 draft. And if we didn't happen to win anymore, which if I were to still be a gambler, I'd say chances are slim to none that we will win 2 games out of 4 without Garoppolo being back there. Because Nick Mullins and CJ, the thing is, I even trust CJ more to this point. But that ain't going to happen because Kyle is shopping Nick Mullins, man. And like I said, when it comes to the quarterbacks, Zach Wilson would be an ideal fit. But take a look at that kid from Florida by the name of Kyle Trask. He's 6'5" and a quarter, almost like a clone-esque of Josh Allen, and very mobile and accurate. And the kid can play. So if we're sitting there at number 13, if we didn't win anymore right now, and I don't believe in tanking, but I just see this season for what it is right now with who we got at quarterback, because we don't have one right now. One thing I can say about Jimmy is not the perfect quarterback, but Jimmy is a winner, and one thing about him, he'll make a mistake and move on from that last play, and he'll still be winning games and competing.
Yeah. He carries that aura.
I don't see that happening, man.
No matter what the criticism about
with the guys,
he wins. Yeah.
With the guys coming back, that's great and good to see. But when you've got a quarterback that, as hard as you're playing, it's like 1 or 2 turnovers.
James, you're breaking my heart here. You're making me feel like there's no chance now. You won. God, we got to
I'm pre-breaking your heart with my heart already being broke with this guy behind us, okay?
But we got to stop, though, Phil.
Honor Empire, Nana Polite. Thank you what you do, Ronbo. Big
Thanks,
shout
James.
out. Bang, bang, Nana gang to my homie down in the south end of the Garden State, Mel. Be blessed, wear your mask. And it's all right. We're going to watch football.
Yes, that's the point.
It may not be that great, but we're going to watch it. All right?
All right.
Have a good night. Thank
You
you.
too, James. Yeah, honestly, and James makes a good point that I've tried to overlook. But I honestly, I may be hoping for too much, but I get a feeling that Nick is going to learn from some of the things he's. Remember, Nick has had a lot of burn. I want to see what he looks like in this next game. I think he's just trying to get above that plateau that he's on to the next level. He'll get there, right? Come on, Nick. Derek. Derek.
Ronbo, I'm here.
Derek,
in the
man.
house. I love
Yeah, did you? I hope you didn't. Did you just endure James letting us know that the doom and gloom of Nick is going to make sure that we don't win any more games?
Yeah, I'm curious, Ronbo. I don't want to eat up a lot of this conversation, but what is he seeing Nick that he doesn't see in CJ? CJ never stops looking downfield. I think Nick has thrown more interceptions than CJ.
Well, he's been out there more.
And, I mean, the team's better though. The team's better than when we got CJ. Anyway, I don't know.
Nick does look like he knows what he's doing out there. He just has those sudden moments. He explained that in his press conference. He actually thought that he could make that throw past that defender. Kyle's got to talk to Nick and say, look, Nick, don't believe that, all right? Get the guy that's really clearly open. No trick throws. Just find the right guy.
Yeah.
Nick's got to stop doing that. And when you make a mistake like that, come back, shake it off, and get back out there and focus. This is the only thing he worries about Nick. When he makes a mistake, he seems to hangs his head. Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, Ronbo, if he sees him and he looks better in practice, now we know they've intercepted Nick before in practice. Is he doing that same? Because it looks terrible on TV when we're, we're in a battle with the Saints and he throws a pick and he looks like he wants to cry, Ronbo.
And then, right?
Jimmy
his
never
face.
looks like that. CJ doesn't look like that. Why is he out there? I just, that's what I'm thinking about. Because, God, that is a sad face.
That is.
But,
and he stands back with his hands on his hip. He's blowing like he's real tired. It really lets all the air out of him when he makes a mistake. I think Nick is actually one of those guys with a perfectionist mind. So when he makes a mistake, he just can't deal with it. Dick,
mental block.
give him a hit off a dong or something when he comes to the side. He's got to calm down. Nick, don't lose your composure, man. Don't lose it on me. Pull yourself together, get your butt back out there, and improve upon what you just did. That's all you got to do.
Ronbo, a couple of things real quick. As far as college quarterbacks, I'm not sure. I'm not very sold on the fact. I know a lot of us have been talking about moving forward and getting a mobile quarterback and things like that, but I'm not sure Shanahan wants that. I still don't think that because Jim used to scramble, then he stopped.
Yep.
CJ in college at Iowa, he used to run for touchdowns, Ronbo.
I know it.
He
We've seen him run for one with us when he first came. Remember that one against Kansas City?
Saying.
Yeah. Kyle does.
I think it's Kyle. And it doesn't matter about these kids coming out if he's not going to let them move.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. Like, he needs to focus on the O-line if that's the case.
That's it. Derek,
you want something like Pittsburgh's got, then go get it.
You're echoing I've been trying to tell people this for 2 years. I'm saying what you're seeing from Jimmy. Jimmy can't do this. He can't do that. Yeah, he used to. Kyle taught him that. Kyle told him to do that. That's not.
And I know, Ronbo. And the thing is, you're talking about people that. Okay, so if you're gonna ask me to drop straight back and keep my eyes downfield and look for the separation.
Yeah.
And people say that it's on Kyle to scheme. He schemes everybody open for Jimmy. I've heard that a lot.
And
when
everybody else.
we got Emmanuel Sanders, that wasn't the case because he can beat coverage.
Yeah.
Who else was beating coverage when we got Emmanuel Sanders? Before that. Who
Good
was beating?
point.
Nobody. Exactly. So
no.
if you're going to do that, either we get a speedster in an O-line or, or let him move.
And Derek, when were we at our best? when we had Marquise Goodwin. Now, people don't like Marquise, but when Marquise was on the field, it made Shanahan's offense. That's why you've seen guys running wide open all the time. You gotta have that 4-3-3 guy to take the top off. Now Shanahan's magic can be worked. And so if your quarterback's out there running around, he's not going to see it.
Yeah.
He's got to stay there, and that's what that's Shanahan's offense. Unless he's going to redesign it.
But I get the feeling that he's super strict on them about that. The way they won't move.
They don't.
And the thing is, Zach Wilson and another kid that I like personally. I don't watch a lot of college ball, but the kid out of Notre Dame, Ian Book. He's very good at manipulating the pocket and keeping. He just always looks forward downfield. Very similar to Zach Wilson. I just think Zach Wilson's better at it. But they're both kind of scrambling, kind of like a Kyler Murray build, and they run. It's one or the other, Ronbo. And I need Big Mike to come back after the bye week. I hope he's in somewhere right now eating. I don't know if anybody heard, but I don't know if anybody can verify before I go, Ronbo, but I believe he switched to a vegan diet.
Oh! Okay, you know what?
Earlier,
I'm going to go Google that. The information's got to be out there somewhere. If that's the case,
check it out.
We all got to attack his Twitter. Mike, get some meat, man. Yeah, look at you. They're making you into a wussy out there. Oh. Okay.
I heard that early on today. But all right, Ronbo, keep this red and gold thing rolling, man. I'll be listening.
I appreciate you, Derek. I'll see you Friday, okay?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
All right, fam. Night.
Later.
Nana Mike, would you forget about it? Nana Mike, come on in, man.
Oh, what's going on, Ronbo? How the hell are you tonight, Ronbo?
I'm chewing on bullets and swallowing everything, man. You know, because Mike,
come on.
I'm loving it.
That's not what I'm hearing. Ronbo. I'm hearing a lot of. Boy, I almost thought it was Friday night, Ronbo.
Well, see, wait a minute. You heard James.
Going on here, Ronbo.
You heard James give up. I didn't give up. I like what Shanahan's cooking. Cal says, don't talk to me about 6% chance of going to the playoffs. I don't want to hear it.
Listen. Kyle Shanahan's the leader. He's got to say what he's got to say, Ronbo. Let's be honest. Come on, let's be honest, everybody.
You know what? Shanahan's one of the most honest guys. Mike, he could have said, well, we'll see what happens. Or, well, with the way things are going this season, it's going to be a tough climb. He didn't say that.
All right, but listen, the morale of the team is already at a low, Ronbo. All right? Come on, let's be honest.
No, I'll argue that, Mike. They played the Saints. They were serious.
Listen.
The defense was serious.
I got a question. Listen, I got a question for you, Ronbo, and I got a question for every other delusional that calls in here talking about the playoffs. All right? I feel like the coaches say, playoffs? What was that guy? Pull him up. Listen, you guys, what do you want to go to the playoffs for? Ronbo, do you think the team that we got right now, do you think we're going to win the Super Bowl?
No.
Then why do you want to go to the playoffs, Ronbo? Then why do you want to go to the playoffs? That's what the playoffs
Mike,
are for. It's a tournament for
it's
teams
that
want to go to the Super Bowl, Ronbo.
I understand.
That's what the playoffs are for.
Mike, it's a tough season to come out with nothing. You know, I re-examined that thinking.
We're not coming out with nothing, Ronbo. We learned a lot about a lot, right? We learned that we overpaid Kwame Alexander, so we took care of that problem.
Yeah.
We're still realizing that we overpaid D Ford and that he's never healthy, so we're overcoming that problem.
Well, not yet. He's still with us.
We understand that the Achilles/calf injury that Richard Sherman has dealt with 2 out of the 3 years that he's been with us is a problem, and he's not going to be reliable. So going forward, we have a clearer picture. Also, say what you want to say about Jimmy G, but Kyle Shanahan definitely didn't see. I didn't see. I know you didn't see, and I believe 99% of the faithful out there didn't see the third-year jump that everybody was hoping for from Jimmy G.
With good reason. Mike, have you ever had a high ankle sprain? I always ask everybody, do you know what it's like to play in the NFL with 2 good feet and then have a high ankle sprain with no offensive line and a couple of receivers
What
that
was
are
he doing?
just learning what they're doing.
What was he doing before What was he doing before he sprained his ankle, Ronbo?
Going to the Super Bowl?
What was he doing before? No, he wasn't. What was he doing before? Come on, going to the Super Bowl.
Mike,
well, listen,
Mike, last year, do you know that Jimmy G, Mike, he almost passed for 4,000 yards. This thing about Jimmy G not doing anything,
that's the NFL
Mike, that's
nowadays,
bogus.
Ronbo. That's the NFL
bogus.
Nowadays. You could be a rookie kid and come in and pass for 3,000 yards. Listen,
No.
all former players, quarterbacks, receivers, all talk about
Mike,
how they would love,
that's not fair.
to play in today's
That's
NFL.
not fair, Mike. That is not fair.
After
Mike.
I got off last time, Ronbo, someone came on right after and was talking about statistics and what people don't know what they're talking about.
Numbers
All right,
matter,
here's some
Mike.
statistics.
Numbers matter.
Numbers, you're right. Numbers, and I'm glad you said that, Ronbo, because here's some numbers for you, all right? In the divisional round of the playoffs, Jimmy G threw 1 touchdown pass, 1 interception, and 131 yards. Do you know why we won that game? And by the way, we scored 30 points, and he only threw 1 touchdown pass.
You talking about the Green Bay game? You talking about the Green Bay game?
No, I'm talking about the divisional. I was at the Green Bay game in the championship game, and most of the Maserati ran all over them too.
Well,
and
that's what I thought you were talking about. What playoff game? Okay, you said playoff game. Which game are you talking about, Mike?
Get to these. I'm talking about all the playoff games. We only played 2 of them, Ronbo. We came into the divisional round, and then we played in the championship game. Both of the playoff games, Jimmy G's numbers were not what got us to the Super Bowl, Ronbo. It was the running game, and yes, he completed passes here and there when he needed to, but that's not what you ask of a $27 million quarterback. That's what you ask of
Mike,
Greg
do you hear yourself? He did what he needed to do.
Pass when you need to.
Mike,
no, listen, that's the deal, though. And
I just want to know, would you rather?
Guy that came on said,
Mike, I understand where you're going. I've heard this too many times. Here's the thing. Would you rather he had thrown the ball instead of us run it? I don't understand this argument. Is that what you wanted?
What I'd rather is have a quarterback. Listen, if we're going to dedicate $27 million of our salary cap to one guy,
that's not valid, Mike. Mike, would you rather he had thrown the ball more? Would you have been satisfied had he thrown the ball more?
Ronbo, that's not what I'm getting at. I'm not
is what you're saying, though. Because he didn't throw the ball more often, you say he's getting overpaid.
What I'm saying is you got a salary cap that's about $200 million, all right? You're paying a nice chunk of that, almost $30 million of that, to one guy. You got to
cut to the chase, because we're running out of time.
Let me finish.
Get there.
You're paying a guy $30 million. You got
I heard that.
53 players. All right. So here's the deal. When you pay one guy that, you don't want to have to worry about that guy. You don't worry about that guy, Ronbo. That guy's got to do his job.
And Mike, your point is, because we're running out of time.
My point is that we're paying him too much money to worry about whether or not he can complete 10 passes in a game. And the other point is,
Mike,
everyone says about statistics. Hold on, listen, statistics, right? Oh, Jimmy G, the number 1 third down quarterback in the NFL. Okay, do you know who the number 1 team was with the shortest average third down? The San Francisco 49ers, Ronbo. It's hell easy to complete third downs when you only got 32,
you're blaming Jimmy because we had a fully. You're blaming Jimmy because we had a fully efficient team that popped on all cylinders. Mike, yeah, you are, because the team popped on all cylinders, and because Jimmy didn't do enough work for his money. You're mad at him, Mike. That's not right.
All right, here.
That's not fair.
Perfect example. How many games did Alex Smith win before our team got good? Before Jim Harbaugh came and before the whole team caught up, before the defense caught up with P. Willie. No, once we did that, Alex Smith started winning games.
I know. You know what?
Started winning games.
Mike, we got to go, Fib. You know what? I hope he gets to throw the ball more next year. Because he's going to be back, Mike.
Throwing the ball more. look,
We need to throw the
we
ball
don't need
more.
him to throw the
I
ball more.
think
The more he
once
throws
we
the
start
ball,
throwing the ball more,
the ball goes to the other team, Ronbo.
oh, no,
You-
it doesn't. He threw for
the guy.
27
Oh my
TDs
God.
last year. All the people
Listen,
that don't
if
like
it
Jimmy
was-
G ignore all the things he did and appreciate all the things
no
he
one's
didn't do.
ignoring
It's
it.
not fair,
no one's
Mike.
ignoring it.
Oh,
no one's
it's
ignoring
not
it, but
fair.
there's a reason why. There's a reason
Oh,
why.
okay.
There's a reason why for all the
I
statistics
know.
and
Mike,
accomplishments that you guys try to name, that he doesn't get the respect of the rest of the league. It's not
Okay.
because everyone is blind and they can't see it.
I
It's because
know,
of
but
it's because
this
you
is
gotta call
Kyle's
the aces
offense.
what it is. For
Right.
instance-
If
for
you got a
instance,
running
does it
back that
ever
can
go
run
to
200
Cardinals?
yards
Does it-
on a
does it-
team, you let that running back run. You don't force throws. Mike, let's get back on this on Friday. All right?
All right, look,
I hear you, though.
I'm gonna call. Listen, Ronbo, we might need a whole friggin' segment. All right, 'cause I gotta tell you, listen, I love you to death, and I love some of your points, but I really
You do not agree about Jimmy G. We're never going to, Mike, I love you back, but we're
we don't
never
do that.
going to agree on Jimmy G. I refuse to
my
buy
God.
that rhetoric, and I've heard it so many times.
All right, Ronbo,
All right.
we'll talk about it later.
right.
I got more statistics that
I know
get
you
to,
do.
but
Bring 'em.
believe me, I
Bring
got the
'em.
numbers to back up what I'm talking about.
I believe it.
Ronbo.
I'm going to be waiting for you Friday.
You have a good one, all right?
You too, Mike. Good night. I'm telling you, fam, I will never get mad at Jimmy G because Kyle calls a run play. If Motion runs up for 200 yards, I'll be damned if I want Jimmy to throw the ball. Run it down their throat. What is that's a high percentage play? There's no reason to be mad at Jimmy about it. Hey, Tony, come on in.
How you doing, Ronbo? Can you hear me?
Tony, I can hear you loud and clear.
Phenomenal. I just got a new headphone setup. Anyway, so
Nice.
I am very, very excited, sir. I'm very, very excited today. Gave me a lot of hope because of the claiming of Takk McKinley, and it tells me that really and truly the 49ers are in it to more than just compete and try to make a late playoff run.
That's always them.
One, you know, and here's the thing that I found most interesting about Takk McKinley's season so far is that week one I think he might have gotten a little bit hurt, but week one he played the Seattle Seahawks, and in that game he had 6 quarterback hits and 1 sack on Russell Wilson. And I think Takk might be in there to sort of be our hopefully our mobile quarterback neutralizer, especially on those third down situations. And
yes.
I worry about his health because in that first game he played 43 snaps, and since then he hasn't broken 25 snaps. And then he went on. He didn't pass that physical, so that still is a hurdle that I think we have to, take some sense in and hope he gets over. But I tell you, they
Tony,
want him.
Do you wonder if he was in the doghouse in Atlanta? I'm saying, why didn't they play him more? He only had 25 starts his whole time.
Yeah.
Who was starting ahead of him?
Yeah, I mean, Dan Quinn. I have no idea what those Falcons are doing because I'm going to leave a no comment on that one.
Yeah, because their defense was getting beat constantly. Yeah, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and I guess at some point I think he might have just been all like, screw this. He's here's the other thing is that he's I think in the 4th year of his contract and he's due to get paid next season. So
yeah.
I'll bet you they were probably shopping him and looking for some deal, and none of that materialized because COVID. And so now, and then he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna screw my season. And luckily for him, we were able to claim him. So I really am excited overall about Takk McKinley and all that. Just I know we had a little I wanted to pivot for a second though, and that is going forward, it's the offensive line though that really has me troubled going forward. But
you and me
if
both.
they can figure out center, if they can just figure out that position, they really can make a run. And the defense is playing well, and John Lynch got us Willis and Takk McKinley. We have a pass rush now. It's not Bosa and last year's Nick Ford,
but it's
Nick
decent.
Bosa and last year's D Ford.
Yeah.
But even so, it is still. We have a pass rush. We can slide Eric inside now, so we can
Where
have
he's more
Eric
effective.
rushing next to Javon. So I really like the optimal alignment for the defense. Oh, and Sherm's coming back. I'm sorry, people are dissing too much on Sherm.
I know, right?
Him being on the field, his awareness, his ability to pick the ball off, that is what this team is missing. He will take away half the field. and then Verrett can trail the hope with the number one receiver, and we still got to beat the Cardinals. Again, you mentioned that tough, and the Seahawks. But man, I'm excited. This week we can do it.
Man, I really hope Kyle and company have something in mind for the Cardinals. There must be an Achilles there somewhere, Tony. I really, we just got to score points, is what it is.
Yeah, we just got to outscore them. But Mostert comes back, Jeff Wilson Jr. comes back, Debo comes back. That offensive line just has to get its act together. And I just don't know how that happens with our fourth string center. I worry about that.
And playing Brunskill out of position.
That's a conversation for next week. Yep. But like right now though, people can get healthy this week. We got 2 guys on the COVID list, which isn't great, but this is the week to do it. So.
Lucky for us, because there could be more, Tony. They all rode back on the same plane. So, they're taking tests every day. So we'll see. Man.
Yeah. Anyway, Ronbo, I just thanks again for the opportunity to speak here. But I tell you, this Takk McKinley, if he passes his physical, gives me some hope. This defense might actually look like last year's defense.
Because, Tony, honestly, they looked good this last game. I was kind of surprised at what I seen. The quarterbacks were under pressure out there constantly, almost constantly. And I didn't really pay much attention because I was hoping we would win the game and we were making mistakes. I was overwhelmed by the special teams play to the point I looked back and said, you know what? The defense wasn't. That frontline rush was not bad today.
Yeah, whatever they did, Kentavious Street stepped up. I mean, Javon Kinlaw stepped up is what it was. Javon Kinlaw.
Maybe that was all it needed.
Yeah, maybe. And now we got another edge rusher, and it's exciting. We can cover. Yep, Willis and Pack. So,
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I'm listening. Yeah.
But anyway, Ronbo, I've been blathering out at high speed, but I'm really, really excited, sir.
It's okay. I'm thinking, the only thing I noticed, the Hawks were unable to put pressure on the Rams. Because the Rams looked very good in that game. But I just realized if the the Hawks can't put a pressure on a team, they're going to get killed. And they did. Because their secondary is not going to help you. So their best thing was they had a little bit of a pass rush against us. Well, with our offensive line, they had an outstanding pass rush against us. That's another thing people are giving our guys, quarterbacks, any credit for. Nobody's going to stand behind that offensive line and survive unless we got to run. We got to do little quick outs. I mean, there's no get rid of the ball like we did against the Rams the first time. Jimmy's getting rid of that ball within a heartbeat. That's the best you can do with the offensive line we got now, and I think that's what they're going to do going forward.
That's the other thing, Ron. I got to say, going down the stretch, if Jimmy can get back to 100%, if we can get Kittle back, it is possible. We've got to gut these next few weeks out. Yeah. But, I mean, seriously, as you were saying, I do not – if the 49ers end up in the playoffs, I do not want to play them, in the NFC.
Yeah. Especially if they've got everything rolling and got it figured out. Tony, good stuff. All right, I'll see you Friday, okay?
All right, take good care, sir.
You too, fam. Night. Yeah, no, really. 49ers, if they get to the playoffs, and I know what Mike's saying. I was like Mike the other day until Sean calls in and told me to hold my hand up, wiggle around. Now slap yourself with it.
Slap yourself, Ronbo. Slap yourself.
Because you don't want to go.
Slap Mike too.
You don't want to go all season long and just go home with nothing in your hands. I mean, because you worked hard, you got beat up. You deserve to at least go to the playoffs. I buy into that now. Even if you get beat out the first time, this year in particular, it's too much to come out with nothing. And Mike and Elliot, you know what? There's not that many good teams in NFC. And there really isn't. The NFC East is a lost cause. And
it is, but they still going to get a play.
Yeah.
It's still 4 teams that's going to go ahead of everything. That's the part of our problem I have. There's still 4 teams that's going to go because they're going to win their division. Yep. Now, in our division, there is going to be at least 2, maybe 3 teams. So what you got there now? What we looking at is the Saints. Are they gonna win out with Winston? Outside of that, there's nobody in the Central.
I can answer that right now for you, Ellen. Winston's gonna come in there. We almost picked him off. Winston can't. That boy's got to throw a pick, E. He's got to do it.
I believe if we want to make the playoff, I actually feel like this, Ronbo, starting with this playoff part. I really think we needed to win last week to make the playoffs.
No doubt.
But if we don't and we win out these last 6 games, we're going to be competing with our own conference to make the playoffs. And what I notice is a lot of our teams, like that's ahead of us with the Rams, Arizona, and Seattle, we all finna play each other.
Yep.
We all finna. So if we beat these teams and somebody slip up and lose to another team outside of us, yes, we have a chance to make the play. I love the fact that we're going to try to make the playoffs. I'm not about that tanking stuff. So let's do that. Outside of that, it's just Mike. Man, go to sleep. Have a good night, bro. Have a good night. Dog, you sound ridiculous. Because, listen, what people got to understand is before we paid Jimmy G, we paid him because we brought him in here for a certain reason. What we didn't know is that the running game was going to be as cold as the running game was for us. The running game is everything for us. That is what starts our whole offense.
That's Shanahan's offense.
It makes
everything is based off the run. He does everything. Play action. Everything is based off the run.
All of that. Only thing I want Shanahan to do is stop doing this. Stop making us predictable. You keep on running these wide receivers back and forth, and then you give them one little shuffle for the little reverse or whatever. Like, you got to do this multiple times a game to make people stay on their toes. If you're only going to do it one time, then everybody knows. You just go with the running back. Don't even worry about him running across. That's a distraction. Just go with the running back.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I started seeing that I was just, and see, that's what I'm saying. That was the thing I started seeing that I was like, in this last game, listen, stop. Give him the shot. Give him the ball. Make them feel like you're going to give him the ball every time that this dude run past. That makes them stay aware and be like, yo, he going to get the ball. Oh, he can't get the ball. But if you do this 6 times and you give it to him 1 time after 7, then they going to stay with the running back.
Yeah.
So you make it predictable. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. But at the end of the day, I'm definitely with. I'm glad we got the boy Takk. I'm glad he failed the physical on purpose. Come to a team that we want you to come to. I'm loving the Debo and Ayuk situation because it's like I think they're not going to say I want to be the man, so I'm gonna be. No, I think they're saying, yo, you the man. It's like you said, you the man. No, you the man. No, you the man. You know what? We both the man. Let's do this. That's what I'm loving to see, man. And I just want to see my mind is at this point. I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs, man. I'm just be honest. I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs. It's a lot that has to happen. It has a lot that has to happen for us to make it to the playoffs. Like, we got to win out. Other teams got to lose out to certain teams. Points got to be put up and stuff like that. So it's like so much that's got to go on. I'm not even counting on no D Ford. I'm not counting on no D Ford to come back and make a dip. Man, just
long time ago, you could have put him on it. Don't count on this.
Yeah. Man, you come in week 12 in a whole seat. Look, all right. Thank you, D Ford. I think you was valuable, but you didn't work out. It's okay. We got Takk McKinley now. Yeah. We're going to put him on the opposite side of Bosa, and we're going to run next year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just finish up strong and have confidence that next year when we come back, we got the confidence that we can do this.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, man.
You got to keep that locker room up. Because if they go out losing, we'll be like we were from 2015, 16, 17. This is what I'm saying. When people say, Jimmy G sucks. What were we doing before Jimmy G got here? Yeah, every year we lost our ass. That's what I'm saying. Don't give me this Jimmy G sucks.
Can I say this before I get cut out? Because I know I'm way on the other side of town, so we got time restrictions. What I'm going to say is this. Shanahan success, the most of his success has been when he's had Garoppolo, and Garoppolo has been healthy, and he had a line. Look, if you don't have a line and you're not healthy, what you expect Garoppolo to do?
On a bad ankle. This is why people making these judgments on Garoppolo this year. Come on, man. This ain't the best you've seen him play.
I've had three high ankle sprains, Ronbo.
Oh.
3 high ankle sprains. Never had surgery. So they kept recurring. What I can promise you is this. That's a 2-month sit down. That's 8 weeks. Okay? That's not 4 weeks. That's not 3 weeks. That's not 5 weeks. That is an 8-week sit down, bro. When I walked on that, I had to go back to work after a month. You know what happened? I felt like I was walking on the top of my foot.
So anyway, trying to play quarterback is out of the question. Anyway.
It's out of the question. It's out of the question. They got to understand that.
That's why, if anything, I'm impressed with the fact that he tried to do that. After 2 weeks.
That he tried.
And now he gets booed.
Let's just bring a healthy team back next. Let's just finish out strong, bring a healthy team back. Let's add to the pot. You know, like with our draft pick, don't trade it away. Get you a cornerback. Do not get a quarterback. Get a cornerback. Get a quarterback down the line. I'm glad somebody brought up Ian Book. Thank you, whoever you was, sir. Thank you very much. I'm all about the Notre Dame, so thank you very much. I just ain't want to say nothing.
No, we gotta go, fam. I'll see you Friday.
All right, man.
All right,
all right, brother, man.
All right, nighty.
No doubt. We're gonna listen to the show tomorrow and have a good time, man. Y'all, everybody enjoy, and you too, man. Stay safe out there, man.
You know I will. You too, fam.
All right, much love to you.
And I go over and I see Jimmy G49 says, way to stand your ground, Ronbo. Unfair. You're the judge, Jimmy. He's been hurt since week 2, and he was hitting receivers all over the field. He's actually missed 2 passes that game. Well, listen, I am not saying Jimmy G is the greatest pitcher since the Messiah hit the planet. What I'm saying is this. This would have been a year to really see what he could do, because it was his second full year in the system. And this judgment that's being made by throw him off the bus, it's premature. He's now got a good receiving core, and they could grow together and then be a force. But to get Jimmy G for a quarterback out of college, and hopefully he comes in and does a good job, is a big risk. You already know what Jimmy's capable of and probably can do better. This is why I will not yield. Get rid of Jimmy and bring a college quarterback in here and let's go. Oh, let's go where? You better wait and see if that kid can play. Bring him in, sit down, learn under the Jimmy, learn Kyle Shanahan's offense. And like we've been saying, what Derek was saying, if you like to run, if everybody's falling in love with that running, Kyle's going to tell that kid, listen, I want you to take off your shoes. What? Take off your shoes. Why? Because I want you to stand in that pocket, and I'm going to tell these guys what routes they're going to run. I'm going to let you know what routes they're going to run. You're going to count 1, count 2, count 3, and hit them in stride. If running was allowed, I very much doubt that everybody would be standing there waiting for the pressure, especially with our offensive line, to come and kill you. That's just my way I feel. Denise, come on in here.
Ronbo, how the hell are you?
Denise, I'm wound up tight, as you can see. I'm awesome. How about you?
I'm great, dude. The show is fantastic. I've been laughing my ass off. I've been trying to finish this file for work, and I can't finish it because I keep laughing and listening to you guys.
We have our days. Especially when I start with Jimmy. Boy, people love to work Jimmy. I could sit back and say, okay, you're right. All right, yeah, you're right. But I can't stand it. I gotta defend him. I feel bad for him. And I just heard Elliot talk about what a high ankle sprain feels like. I've never had one, so I have no idea. If it feels
I haven't either.
Yeah, and he's out there playing in the NFL. That's a bold thing to do. Most of us would have told Kyle, you know what? I can't play on this foot. But he doesn't. He goes out there and embarrasses himself. And people say, that's Jimmy G and he sucks. That's the best he's ever played. That's the best he can ever do. Oh, my God. But anyway, Denise, I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just listening, hanging out.
Ooh, because I was talking about Kyle's ambition to get to the playoffs, even though he's been told he has a 6% chance of going.
Yeah, I heard Kyle. You know what? Actually, my favorite was when I watched Chris Sims And Chris Sims said, he's like, you see that video? He's like, I haven't talked to Kyle in months. He goes, but that's the annoyed, pissed off Kyle.
Oh, we knew it. Remember, we talked about that. Those pressers.
Yep.
Kyle looks. Oh, he looks uncomfortable.
Yep. And Chris Sims confirmed it. He said that is the annoyed, pissed off Kyle. He's like, I can guarantee you that.
He doesn't like.
He goes, I know Kyle well enough to tell you that that's what's going on. And I do have one thing to follow up on from my last call. How everybody keeps continuing to bash Kyle and, you know, oh, Robert Saleh's out coaching Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan's being out coached. Everyone, that is not true, because if you think about it, what has every single person on your show always said about our defense? We have the most depth on our defense than any other team in the NFL. Any other team.
True,
We've got starting caliber players that are backups. Basically what I'm saying is if these players were on any other team but the 49ers, they would be starting.
Yeah. Look at the Seahawks.
But we have
all
really
those guys
good
will be on the depth
we
chart.
have really good backups. Yeah, we have really good backups. Kyle doesn't have really good backups. When Kyle's starters go out on offense, Kyle's screwed.
Especially with that offensive line. Oh, my God.
Exactly.
They had their one good game this
year. Let's be
year.
honest. Like, you know, Nick, I mean, you know, everybody can talk shit about Jimmy. I mean, God help me. I've talked shit about Jimmy too. So I'm not going to stand here and say I haven't, because I have.
Well, you know, after a game, we're heated. You got a right to.
You know, yeah, like, you know, is Jimmy perfect? No. But is Jimmy better than Nick and CJ? By leaps and bounds, he's better than them. And, you know, and I am kind of nervous. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, hey, I'm like everybody else. I'm a faithful from way back. I don't want to tank. That's not what our team's about.
Yeah.
We fight to the end. That's who we are. And can I just say that if John Lynch doesn't sign Fred Warner, I'm going to riot.
No, one of the reasons why they didn't do some of the things, DeForest Buckner trying to keep George Kittle under control, they're already worried about that. They're going to pay him. You don't get rid of the best linebacker in football.
Yeah, I hope so. Because I've heard some people saying, oh, they're probably going to do Warner like they did D Ford. And I said, oh, God, I hope not.
What do they mean by that?
Like,
give him
well,
what?
because they traded Defoe.
Oh, DeForest Buckner. I thought you said D Ford. Defoe.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Defoe.
You know, actually, Denise, I just hope he'll settle for something reasonable. DeForest Buckner says they wouldn't even make any budge. He wanted to play, as the rumor's going around now. Had they moved to $1 more million, he would have agreed, but they didn't. I don't know.
I think that's horseshit, because I'm sorry, I'm calling horseshit. I don't believe that, because they said that they offered him. I mean, let's be honest. Like,
18.
Come on, Defoe. Like, I'm sorry, 18 million, 19 million, really? What's that extra million going to do for you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was very fair.
He's not Aaron Donald. I mean, he's good, but he's not.
He's not. That's why I said, when I call bullshit, when he's all, oh, they didn't want to meet me in the middle. They offered you $18 million.
And we would have had to get rid of a few guys.
I'd suit up and go play.
Yeah. And if they would have paid him that, we would have lost some other players, because that would have cleaned the pot out.
Exactly. That's why they couldn't. But you know what? I'm with you. I hope Jimmy comes back. But here's one thing I do want everyone to pay attention to that I don't know if anyone's noticing. So Kyle Shanahan, he has definitely had it. And I'm not talking just Jimmy. I'm talking Jimmy. I'm talking the other two, CJ and Nick. When CJ came in, I don't know if you noticed this on the last game, when CJ came in and overthrew I can't remember who it was. I think it was Richie James or Brandon Ayuk, one of the two. When he overthrew, Kyle Shanahan was literally jumping up and down on the sideline throwing a temper tantrum.
You're not talking about against the Saints.
Yes, I am talking about the Saints.
No, he underthrew. Richie was wide open, free.
Yeah, okay, it was short. Richie James. He underthrew him. I'm sorry. He underthrew him. I'm sorry.
And he was wide open.
That's
why Kyle was upset, because Richie had a few steps ahead of the defense. And usually CJ makes that throws. He has the ability to go, but he was cold. He just stood up all said, all right, CJ, get in there. And they called that play. Kyle should have ran a couple of plays for it. So, you know. But anyway, Denise, we're out of time. Go ahead and make that point.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say. No, it was no point. I was going to say I was dying laughing watching Kyle Shanahan jump up and down and, get pissed off.
I know. Hey, poor Kyle. He's going to have it. It'll get better. All right, Denise, let me see Friday if you get a chance, will you?
All right. Keep entertaining me as I keep working away.
All right. My pleasure. Night, Denise.
All right. Good night.
Bye. Hey, Shay. Come on in, Shay.
What's up, Ronbo? It is getting live and direct tonight, Ronbo.
I know
It's a good show tonight.
You know, it's one of those lively topics, you know, because first of all, by saying, are you in the Kyle Shanahan camp of I'm going to the playoffs, and again, there'll always be a few voices of reason, because the stacks are. Right. We are up against an uphill grind trying to get to the playoffs in any capacity. And also, I was in that same school about why do I want to go to the playoffs? I want to go to the playoffs in order to get to the Super Bowl. If I'm going in there backing up in there like the Hawks do every year, what's the point? But now I seen the light the other day as it was explained to me. Man, don't nobody feel like playing the whole season. They come out with nothing. You get to the playoffs because you worked hard all year. I I get it. Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
But Shay, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I think there's certain individual players that are going to go out there and play regardless. Yeah. I mean, and that's not to say that they're giving up on the season, but I mean, Fred Warner's trying to make All-Pro. He's trying to, this is a contract year for him. I mean, we could have one more year, but I think they're going to pay him. But again, like I said, Rombo, Bobby Wagner's getting paid 18.5, right?
Yeah, I know. Was that you who told me 19 the other day? Scared me to death.
Yeah, I'm the one who told you. He's getting 18.5. So Warner's going to get at least 19.5.
Oh.
And people are like, oh, well, Fred Warner is not arguably. He is the best. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not even all pro. He's the best coverage linebacker in the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because
and don't run. He'll get you there too. Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, he's a great run defender too. But he's superior into the passing game, and the entire league is passing. I'm sorry, but people need to wake up.
He directs the defense. That's a lot going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah, absolutely. Well, he's the quarterback of the defense, and he's one of the best at doing it. But you have to remember, like when he picked off Mahomes, and he read the route that Tyreek Hill was gonna run, like it was like a post route coming across the middle, and he was right there and picked him off in the Super Bowl. Like I just knew this kid. This kid knows how to play like a hybrid safety linebacker type role in coverage because the kid's just amazing. And then when I saw him bag Julian Edelman, a slot wide receiver against
all
the
game
Patriots,
long.
I just knew like dude, this kid is. Yeah, in BYU, he played like a nickel/hybrid outside linebacker for BYU too when he played for them. But it just translated into the NFL, and that's why I believe he's going to be paid the best because this is a passing league, Ronbo. Let's be real here. It's a passing league now, and he can cover tight ends, and he can cover running backs, and he can lock down some slot guys for you when you need it. You can leave him one-on-one in man against a slot. I mean, it's just crazy to think about, but he's got that kind of, I mean, he just has that great kind of instincts, and like he can tell that he's seen that the route's been ran that way before, so he knows it's coming. Like it's things like that. So yeah, he will ask for about 19.5 mil because he is arguably the best, not arguably, he is the best coverage linebacker. I mean, stats don't lie, right? And we're talking about it.
And the cap is not going to expand next year. I understand it's going to drop.
Yeah, and it's
going to be scary.
So it's going to be real scary, Ronbo, and that's why I'm saying I'm thinking it's less and less likely that Jimmy is going to be on the roster next year. So it'll be due to the fact that we're going to have to read. Trent Williams is the best left tackle. I'm sorry if people don't want to hear it. I know our O-line stinks, but it ain't Trent's fault. His pass coverage grade is the best, and his run blocking game is, I think, third best. So, I mean, if you take those two, having first in passing, third in running, I mean, and he's going to get at least an extra like $3 to $4 mil on his contract. So I mean, I'm telling you, Ronbo. And again, guys, I just listen. This is a copycat league, right? We've seen it. Everybody's doing it. We did it reverse. We have already paid Jimmy, correct? Jimmy got $25 million or $27 million, right? And then we had a young roster around him. Well, we had to let Defoe go. Well, just imagine if we had a rookie contract, rookie could be on a rookie contract. Defoe would still be here. The multiple Super Bowl winners besides Patriots are the only outlier. The Eagles did it with Wentz, but I mean, obviously Nick Foles just did it. They did it with Mahomes. Chiefs did it with Mahomes. I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but that's just the meta. You're the 4 to 5 year rookie contract guys. We're seeing it right now with Miami Dolphins, man. They are on a 5 or 6 game winning streak. They're doing it with Tua Tagovailoa. I don't think Tua is going to be an all-star. I think he will be a decent quarterback because he is mobile. But I mean, and we can talk about that later. The mobility that's the way of it's the new era. That's what it is. Mahomes is the best in the league. He's a mobile quarterback. I mean, you can name Russell Wilson can extend plays. Kyler Murray can extend plays. Like Josh Allen can extend plays. The best quarterbacks in the game are mobile quarterbacks. Like, we could talk about stats all you want, but the guys who can extend the play and get the big plays downfield off a broken play are the ones who are most successful in the league right now.
I fully grasp that concept, but here's the thing. You got to change Kyle, not the quarterback. Because Kyle, he ain't going after them running quarterbacks because he could have had one a long time ago.
I heard that other caller tell you that, but again, Rumble, that's completely blasphemous.
Shay, think about it for a minute.
Rumble,
just think about it for a minute. Who have you seen with Kyle Shanahan other than RG3? That's just the way he runs his offense.
But that's the only ones, though. Rumble, every quarterback he had, he gave him a contract year. I mean, the Texas quarterback, I forgot his name. He's not even out of the league.
Deshaun Watson?
He became a backup after he left the Cal system.
Oh.
No, not Deshaun Watson. Oh man, I forgot his name. I'm blanking right now.
No, it's
but
true,
then
though.
after Matt Ryan's not a mobile quarterback. But I understand what you're saying. But again, Rumble, he took RG3 on a rookie season, went 10-6.
You know what?
He'll probably as a rookie.
Yeah, but he went 13-3 with Jimmy, and he went to the Super Bowl with Matt Ryan and Jimmy. Listen, Shay, here's the thing I want to let everybody know who thinks Kyle's all of a sudden going to want a mobile quarterback. You got to realize that's not Kyle's MO. He bases his game from the run game of his running backs. That's why he's got Bobby Turner. That's why he has a run manager. He's not interested in a guy that can't keep his eyes downfield. Now, if he changes that, he's probably going to announce that in advance. He's going to say something, we're going to move in a different direction. But right now, that's not Kyle's football. That's just not what he does.
Oh, no, Rumble. You're 100% correct, brother. That's how Kyle's scheme. Like I said, Kyle has a 1987 scheme. And I don't know if this report's true, but remember, we moved up for C.J. Beathard, correct? The same draft that Watson and Mahomes were taken. Do you know why we didn't take Watson and Mahomes? Because they were in pro-rated, spreaded offenses. That's what college is now. And you know who's not in pro-rated, spreaded offense and who's in majority single back? Iowa. And that's exactly why he took C.J. Beathard, because he said he could take hands off.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why everybody thinks that Kyle wants a running quarterback. You guys got to realize Kyle's got to change his whole philosophy before that happens. And when that happens, yes, those guys are coming in. But in the meantime, I don't know if he's going to want to reach in. He may still believe in what he's doing. Maybe. I could go along, maybe. But as far as Jimmy G being gone next year for that reason, I don't know, Shay. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, Rumble, I'm saying because I'm only saying Jimmy G's because he falls off the books. We're gonna lose a lot of cap next year, and we already paid Kittle. So to me, it just makes more sense. That's $27 million off the books.
Okay, Shay, because we're out of time. Who's the quarterback you're bringing in that's going to be able to do these things?
Well, so my thing is you get a cheaper bridge, right? So my cheap bridge would be Nick Mullins. You give Nick Mullins like a 1-year deal, 17, 18
He's not
million,
mobile.
And you bridge him for the rookie. But Rumble, hold on, before I go, Rumble, we're acting like this is a pro-rated offense. This is a team-friendly quarterback system. If the rookie steps in, these are rookie gimme throws. Rumble, let's be real here. These slants, these quick little out routes to the right back. I mean, Rumble, one quick stat because nobody knows.
You know what?
Jimmy led the league in last year after Yak.
Okay, Shay, don't misunderstand it though. They make it look easy, but believe me, you've already seen enough mistakes. It ain't easy as it looks. But Shay, come back. Let's continue talking about on Friday. We already did. Okay, Ellis.
Ronbo.
Ellis, come on in, man. It started out tonight with, you believe Kyle? He's going to the playoffs. He's not listening to anybody. And all of a sudden, as these conversations almost seem to end up, me defending Jimmy. But I'm not defending Jimmy as much as I am defending certain concepts. And now it's moved to we're going to go get a running quarterback. I still think that's Kyle's style. I could be wrong. But Ellis, what are you thinking?
It's really hard to gauge kind of what he's doing. You would think there could be some truth to that because what he brought back was it Josh Johnson?
But they brought him in there because we're trying to figure out how to deal with running quarterbacks. I doubt you'll see Josh. Boy, I tell you what, I think Juice will come in as a third string quarterback, maybe.
Or Jet.
I don't know. But he's in there to teach our guys, and we're looking better too since Johnson got there the last couple of weeks. But go ahead.
Yeah. No, yeah, but I mean, I'm not really too sure. That's not really part of what he does. I mean, he did utilize RG3, and they had a winning season.
But then again, that's why Dan Snyder hates the Shanahan father and son. That was one of the reasons they hated him, because they designed a system for RG3, which went against everything they like. Kyle went in and got Kirk Cousins. Why? Because he fits what they want to do, and there the conflict started. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, and I mean, we could have gotten we could have got Watson or we could have got Pat Mahomes instead of CJ. Imagine if we would have had them on our team. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even be having this conversation right now.
Especially Mahomes,
one of those guys,
because he can actually play from the pocket. He doesn't have to run.
Yeah. Right, especially Mahomes for sure. But it's kind of up in the air right now. I was reading something earlier that said something that in Jimmy's contract that unless he actually consents or makes the choice to be traded, that there is no trade. So they cannot trade him. So that's
March.
Unless Jimmy wants to get the hell out of Frisco, then yeah. So we're pretty much toast, and we're obligated. To pay that man, and unless he wants to, get up out of here. So we, our hopes should not be up when it comes to that. Jimmy has the capability. The things that I was saying I wish he would have probably worked on in the offseason was building his upper body, getting some more strength under that arm. Just putting on a few extra pounds, maybe less than maybe about 7 pounds of just muscle, strengthen the arm a little bit, work on his mechanics a little bit more. It didn't seem like he had much of a physique change. In the off season when Kaepernick first came in, he was a lot more slender and he got bigger. His arm got stronger, and I mean, you want to get better. That's a part of getting better. It's like anything else, working on your mechanics, working on pass catching for receivers, working on your speed, whatever kind of individual things you need to work on to get a little bit better. I just wish that kind of would have, maybe, happened, but unfortunately, by Kyle putting him in prematurely. And I said it when they were talking about, he's going to come in and play. I said, we do not need to be putting Jimmy G in. We need to wait until the Rams game or wait until Seattle to bring Jimmy back in so he can heal up because he's going to get re-injured. And look what happened. So I called it. I already knew he needed more time than that with that high ankle sprain. So now, and that's what I said, we're going to risk get him re-injuring and having to go out again. So this is now twice in the same season we've had our starting quarterback have to miss a plethora of games. And now we've been having to play, we've been having to throw up prayers, figuratively, not like literal, but you know what I mean, with the CJ and the Nick Mullins, stories and things like that. But I think Nick is going to turn it around. I'm glad that you had some more confidence in Nick too coming into the next game. I think Nick is going to turn it around. He's definitely got to get out of that that blindness and throwing it directly to the linebackers. He did it both to the same side. He did it in Philly, and he did it just again in this last game. He threw it to that left side, and it was like he threw it like directly to the linebacker. I don't know what the hell's going on, but
Ellis, I want you to realize this is like, and everybody should think about this for a minute. Do you notice that when mistakes are made, they're similar, no matter which quarterback's out there? This is why I know. Yeah. You bring in a new guy, he's going to have a similar situation. This is Kyle. It's difficult. Something about his system is difficult. When I see this guy's making the same mistake, you can bring this guy, you can bring this guy, you can bring this guy, and bring this guy in. These guys we're watching quarterback out there now, they're not bad. But Kyle's system is something that takes time to get ready and roll right. It took Matty Ice 2 years, but he was already a hardcore pro when Kyle met him. It takes a minute.
Right.
The impatience we're having, I think it's a little premature. I think Jimmy and even Nick, after a while, I think they'll get it. He's just now got some really decent receivers in Debo and Ayuk, and Richie James is all of a sudden showing up. Now you've got a nucleus of solid, because the guys who did best, when you look at Matty Ice, he had Julio, he had Sanu, he had Taylor Gabriel. These guys were sharp. Your receivers now are young kids that need to develop in the NFL. I think we're asking too much at once. We got away last year because we had a solid run game, and we had to throw the ball sometimes. That's true. But when Emmanuel Sanders came, all of a sudden Jimmy's game went to the next level. And like somebody said, it was all yak yards. You don't run for damn near 4,000 yards on yak. Somebody had to throw that ball. So that's what I'm saying. You know? I see what's developing.
No,
but I'm willing to
I
wait.
agree. Yeah. No, I concur. Yeah, I agree with you, fam. And you know, we got to be patient. We don't have a choice at this point. I'm just glad that we don't show no tanking. By us picking up, Takk and stuff like that, I feel like that's a sign to show that we're going to try to close out strong for the season.
And going to next year looking good.
He was definitely a worthy acquisition. I wish we would have got him over Ziggy. We should have never got Ziggy to begin with. That was a big mistake.
We got to go.
So we just got to get ready. We got to get ready. We're going to be good though, man. We got to get prepared, for the next week. We got plenty of time. I know Javon's out for a little bit, but he'll be back. Eric Armstead will be back, and we'll be back in motion. We'll have our receivers. We'll have Heem the Dream, and the offense is going to look totally different. And I think it's going to give Nick an even more of an incentive to want to play harder. So we'll be good though.
All right.
Peace and love, brother Ronbo. I appreciate you for the platform.
Thanks, man.
And shout out to the Niner faithful. Y'all stay locked in. Niner for life. Yes, sir.
There you go. All right. Thanks.
Peace
Thanks,
and love,
Ellis.
everyone.
Night, fam. Yes, indeed. Hey, Marion.
Yo, what it is, bro?
Man, I can't wait for next week, man. I want to, it's like Denise pointed out a minute ago, because Chris Sims says, you see that? That's a PO'd Kyle Shanahan. You know when Kyle's in the press conferences, and he's like leaning over, you barely see up underneath his hat. Kyle has been frustrated because he's used to of executing and at least looking good. So, Kyle's already telling people now, look, I'm going to get my guys back. When he says I'm going to get my guys back, Kyle's knew that with the guys he's got now, he ain't going to get nothing done. But next week, it's another story. Because quite Marion, honestly, they had no business losing that game. The special teams putting the Saints in the red zone twice, that's 14 points. You can't make those mistakes. Even the INTs and everything else didn't matter. We didn't lose by 14 points, and chances are we may have scored at least a field goal on those times that we set the Saints up in the red zone. So Kyle's probably saying, damn, what the heck? I didn't teach them that. But Mary, go ahead. Are you with Kyle as far as winning the rest of the season?
Hey, you know how I feel about Kyle Shanahan right now. I'm not giving Kyle Shanahan no love at all.
I forgot about that.
He is 27-31 as the head coach of the 49ers, and here's my biggest problem with Kyle. We're talking about quarterbacks and, Iron Book from Notre Dame, and Notre Dame don't really bring out talent in NFL, but let me ask you a question. Can Kyle Shanahan, as a coach, what's we're looking for? I had it in my head the whole time. build players. What's we're looking for, man? Coach players up. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of, notice we have yet to bring in a rookie and a first-round quarterback. We had all the chances to do so, but we kept picking on defense. And player development. Do Kyle Shanahan develop as a head coach player development to you?
Yeah. Well, okay. Look at it this way. It's 2017. It's been 3 years. He's had nothing but youngsters. I'm gonna wait. I want to see what Debo looks like and later. I want to see what Ayuk looks like. I want to see what Jimmy looks like. I feel like I need to give him a little more time. Because he basically started from scratch. They got rid of everybody in the house when they first came, and they've been building every year since then. I'm gonna be a little more. I'm gonna give him a little more time. But I know what you're saying. But yeah, I'm gonna wait.
I mean, because for me now, okay, as in for Mike that was talking earlier, people have to realize in that game against Minnesota, Jimmy G was hit on the knee. So Kyle ran the ball for pretty much the entire game. Jimmy threw a pick and he was hit on the knee. And he took the ball out of Jimmy G's hands the whole entire playoffs. Then the Super Bowl, now he want to throw the ball. Now your quarterback got a rhythm. Because, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't really thrown since the Seattle game. And I'm noticing, like, players like Dante Pettis. The last time we saw Dante Pettis was when he scored a touchdown on Halloween in Week 8 against Arizona. And when he dropped the pass, we haven't seen him since. So it's like what he do is it seems like if you make a mistake, you get on his
doghouse.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but Dante played
right, you know what I'm saying?
I think he played against the Rams though, Marion. Later, didn't he?
The
Rams game was later, right?
I mean, he played. He played, but I'm saying we haven't seen him.
Dante had a game. It was good that game against the Rams.
Well,
the second
that was
one.
probably week 4. I'm not really sure.
Maybe.
I'm just saying.
I forgot to.
I'm just saying how when players make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? He's ready to sideline them, and that's my thing between Kyle Shanahan and Jim Harbaugh. Let's remember when Jim Harbaugh came, that he pretty much did the same team that Mike Singletary had and took it to the NFC Championship game 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, but he developed players. That's what I'm saying. He developed Alex Smith. He developed players that was lacking. You know, Terrell Brown. Deshaun Ghost, he developed those players. And with Kyle Shanahan, I don't see that. So if we make the playoffs, we do. But
Marion, just one thing though, I don't know. Harbaugh, did he really do? Alex Smith, he benched him, right? Also, those guys were pretty good. Singletary had those guys ready to roll by the time. Harbaugh just had to come in and put his personality to him, didn't he? I don't know if they were. Did he really coach? Did he make them better?
Look here. Mike Singletary had that team at 6-10, with Troy Smith at quarterback. You even see and tell me that Mike Singletary had those guys rolling. He had rolling was
the defense was pretty tough. I'm just saying, I thought that offensively they needed some work, but defensively that team was tough, actually.
Well, Jim Harbaugh brought in Vic Fangio. He's one of the greatest defensive coordinators of all time.
Yeah, and then there was that.
So you bring that guy in. I mean, because Harbaugh made sound decisions. I mean, Greg Roman was kind of hit and miss, but it was sound decisions. And so that's all I'm saying, man. Can Kyle Shanahan develop players? And that's why we don't see him going in the draft getting a young guy. To me, because he don't want to develop players. He want to have a veteran.
No, he wouldn't got to see. Okay, I'll go along with this. He gets the wrong guys sometimes. I mean, the first draft, I don't know if that was him who picked out, Reuben Foster and Solomon Thomas. I do know though he picked out CJ and he picked out Williams, and both of them turned out to not be a mistake. So yeah.
C.J. Beathard was mediocre at Iowa. Okay, I watched college football faithfully.
Yeah.
C.J. Beathard wasn't on nobody's radar. So that's all. Can he be a better player? So that's all I got to say, man.
I know. We're going to see. I think Kyle Shanahan, when it's all said and done, I think he's going to go down as one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history at some point. But right now, he's in his 3rd year as a head coach. It's going to take a minute. A lot of coaches fail. Some of the great Belichick failed his first few years. It's just the way it goes. But we'll see. Man, let me see you Friday.
See you Friday, bro.
I have him. Night. And hey, Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hayden, what are you thinking tonight? I've already said that Kyle Shanahan is not trying to hear. He has no chance to go any further into the season. He does plan on winning out as soon as his guys get back next week. And
He's playing really good against the Rams with Debo. I mean, let's be honest. With Debo,
they're not limited.
And surprisingly, offensive line just turns into like some freaking machine when they go against the Rams.
Well, you know what though? That's going to be a problem, Hayden, because we don't have. Didn't we have Garland when we played the Rams last time? One of the reasons they did so well is because they double teamed Aaron Donald, and they did it in perfect fashion. And there were times when Brunskill handled Aaron Donald kind of well, even one-on-one.
But Aaron Donald can't do nothing to Brunskill.
It's kind of interesting. Brunskill might be one of the only guys of 2 or 3 that actually hang with him.
And then Mike McGlinchey, the one pressure that Jimmy had that one game was from Mike McGlinchey. And you know what he puts? I'm still here. Hey Mike, I saw you fall to the ground to DJ Reed. You still here? I don't know.
God.
Still here, bro?
Yeah,
hey Mike. Mike, you still here? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just see you falling to the ground. The people that are like 150 pounds
less,
and you turned into Joe Staley, which
I
is
don't know.
okay.
Somebody said he's a vegan.
Staley,
I'm gonna go look that.
No, he's hanging out with Joe Staley. Look at what Joe Staley did.
He lost a lot of weight.
Mike was hanging out with Joe all off season.
Well, Joe should call him up and say, "Listen, Mike, you know what? I'm retired now. That's why I eat the way I do. You probably need to go ahead and eat, man, because otherwise, you're embarrassing
30 Big Macs.
He's what?
Give him 30 Big Macs.
He's just got to go back and eat like he was eating before. Mike wasn't fabulous at pass protection before, but he was better than he is now.
He could block, and then people are like, "Oh yeah, he was so good at left tackle. We should move him there." Wasn't he okay last year and the year before and the year before that?
Yeah, well,
Why was he all of a sudden like he was trash all of a sudden? So now he just.
Mike's always been an outstanding run blocker, but his blocking pass protection has been questionable. We lived with it. He has his days where he does a pretty good job, but you always got to worry about that.
Yeah. Yeah, so what do you think about this free agent signing? What's his name?
Takk, yeah. I want to see Takk healthy and get him out there because I've seen him play before when he's playing with the Falcons, and he's tough.
If you get Takk Russell, then he's like another like Kerry Hyder, and that would be really
he's
good.
He's a little slimmer, a little faster than Hyder, but Hyder does such a great job. Kerry's God, he's our guy. I think he's got 6 or 7 sacks, right?
Yeah, he people are like he's literally he's going to Pro Bowl level.
I mean, at the pace he's going, 10 sacks for him is easy, and that equals what Nick did last year.
Maybe even more
and
than
more.
that. Maybe even more than
yes.
that. You never know.
Yeah.
Because remember the Saints game, he got sacked back to back.
7. He's got 7 sacks. Then one of it is a half a sack, but he's got 6.5 sacks.
Yeah. He chased down Kyler Murray. I mean, it was by the jersey, but still, that's a
so he's faster than he looks.
Yeah. He's honestly, I love Ronald Blair, but I said this last time. Harry's, I don't know, it's just Ronald was always just so close to sacking, but he would barely miss. Harry hangs on good.
Yeah, and he gets there.
He brings them down.
I don't know what he's doing the offensive lineman, but he gets through that line.
I don't know. So we can't trade Jimmy. I don't know. We're not
No, he's got a no trade clause for next year. And I think next
how
year
maybe you would release them. Next year you get a college Zach Wilson. You play Jimmy. If Jimmy slips, you're out.
Yeah, that would be a safe thing to do. I got a feeling, though, if Jimmy can just manage to have another healthy year, I got a feeling I'm going to be the guy saying, I told you guys, wait a minute. Let him get healthy. He knows the system better than anybody going to bring in. He knows his receivers. They're making it work. that's all it takes. I got a feeling I'm going to be saying that next year.
I like Jimmy. It's just like he's got to work on you. We can all agree on this. He's got to be more consistent because one game he'll throw 320 yards, 3 touchdowns, and then no picks, and then the other game is like 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 180 yards. It's got to be.
But you look at Tom Brady, look at Russell Wilson going on right now. This is the life of a quarterback. They're not going to be perfect. They're not going to be perfect.
Russell? What happened to let Russ cook? What happened to that?
There you go. You're not going to find a quarterback that's going to be consistently perfect every week. They're going to have their ups and downs. Hopefully they're going to have more ups and downs. But it's tough to find a quarterback that never makes a mistake. It's just tough. So,
It's just sad because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo is gonna be like a big up," and that is just like kind of.
Look, Hayden, fairly, he was in the Super Bowl. I know he's not getting any credit for it, but he was on a Super Bowl team. He was out there, and that means something.
Let's pass the ball when Raheem Mostert and Tevin Coleman are lighting it up in the playoffs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the division round, Tevin Coleman.
Yeah.
Scored 3 touchdowns, and then he was gonna do that again, but he got hurt.
Baby, I don't know.
Don't be all like this. Jimmy Garoppolo bad.
For me, I just feel safer with him out there. We're winning, and he's out there.
I'm almost there. I'm 50-50. How about that?
Okay, and that's not bad. All right, Hayden, we're out of time. Everybody's clock is running out so fast. I got to keep trying to rush people off. Okay, Hayden, I'm sorry. We got to go. I'll see you Friday, okay?
All right, bye.
Okay, night. Dion! Oh, God. 3 sentences and time's up. Dion!
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D, man, I'm in a lawyer role again. I'm going to be Jimmy's lawyer every year. I don't intend to be. I mean, I started out with the subject matter tonight. I knew about his contract and the no-trade clause. I mean, I didn't know about it, but I just found out about it today. But I was trying actually to get away from that. I was saying, Kyle's talking about 6% don't mean nothing to him. And we got Takk McKinley. And all of a sudden, the attack on Jimmy started. But, D, don't let me stop you, though. You want to attack Jimmy, it's okay. But some of the other things, too. What are you thinking?
The only thing I got to say about Jimmy is the fact that we have 2 options. Keep him or cut him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can't trade him without his okay, and the only other option is to cut him. We don't owe him any more money, so if we cut him, we save money.
Yeah.
That's pretty much your option. As far as people getting all into his play and everything, at the end of the day, the guy's got a winning record. That's something you can't debate. That's something you cannot debate. When he was fully healthy, that's it. But this is what I'm envisioning. I didn't see Kyle's press conference today, so I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, I was looking forward too. I saw comments. I don't know. I think it was on radio.
Everybody's
some program.
I guess everybody's saying that he's feeling like he can still make the playoffs and everything. So you mean to tell me, Kyle, that the minute Jimmy went down, when we played Green Bay, you conceded, you just gave up that game, and when we played the Saints, you conceded again because you kept running with Jerick McKinnon, knowing he ain't worth a dime. Man can't move. He moved like molasses. You had a 4th and 1, and you ran the dumbest play you could run. You know they've been bringing pressure all night. And you going to run a play where you got to stop and go? Are you serious? They've been in our backfield hanging out all night. Gardner Johnson, DeMario Davis, they're just chilling.
You know about that play when he dropped that pass off?
About Nick.
You know about that when Nick dropped that pass off at Ayuk's feet?
Come on.
God, I hate that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he was under pressure all night. And whose fault is that? That's Kyle's fault. You know why? Because he's shuffling the damn offensive line like an idiot. I said it. Kyle Shanahan is dumb for shuffling the offensive line. Why is Daniel Brunskill playing center? Why is Tom Compton in the game when he's hot garbage? Why are we subbing in Colton McKivitz when he's hot garbage right now?
He's a kid.
This is stupidity at its finest. There is no excuse.
You know how he is. Grossu pissed him off against the Hawks. And
I don't care what Grossu did. You don't do stupid stuff like that. That's Kyle's problem. See, what he does is when you get in the doghouse, he don't want to play you. But at the end of the day, you want to get to the playoffs magically, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that Ben Garland's on the mend and he's possibly healthy. Oh, by the way, that worthless piece of crap center we got that we pay all that money to is
Weston.
supposed to be coming back as well.
Wait, did you hear that? I thought somebody said he may be through for the season. Is he coming back next week? They didn't say anything about him.
Ben Garland only had a high ankle sprain. That man should be fine.
I was talking about Weston Richburg.
No, Richburg supposedly was supposed to be back by this bye week. If he's out for the season, cut him.
Yeah.
That's
enough for Weston.
As quick as you put a waste. He can't stay healthy. I don't care how good he is. The best ability is availability. At the end of the day, if you can't be on the field earning your paycheck, you need to get off my damn team. Stop sucking up cap space and wasting time. If that's the case, I can just go ahead and pay Ben Garland your money. At least he can get on the field.
And don't have to pay him so much.
Yeah, if Ben Garland, for some freaking nature reason, isn't able to come back, you need to put Grasu back in there, move Brunskill back over to right guard. If I see Tom Compton playing against the Rams, I am going to go insane.
And
Stop
so is
putting
Nick
that
Mullins.
man on. Yeah, like you can't do that to him. You can't
Aaron
do. So you mean to tell me
just
you
go nuts?
It did eat it for lunch. Eat it for lunch. You ever seen Aaron Donald with his shirt off? Man,
Yeah.
that's too
The
large of
man-
an individual to be chiseled like
It
that.
looks like altered states.
It shouldn't be physically. But look at Javon Kinlaw. Same thing. But what I'm saying is,
but twice as
if
big.
you're trying to make a run at the playoffs, what I will go back to is the same thing I said last time. Kyle's looking for continuity. At the end of the day, he feels if he can get Ayuk, KB, and Debo on the field at the same time, he can build the continuity and make a run. But the issue is you got to have the running backs to be able to do it. Stop force-feeding Jerick McKinnon. He's not worth it. I said it when we signed him. Jerick McKinnon ain't that great.
Yeah,
and what has he been doing? Sitting on the bench for 2 years doing nothing, and then randomly you show up in the last year.
Mostert's coming back. He'll have Mostert. I don't know who else,
So
but he'll have
hopefully
Mostert.
I hope Wilson will be back. I hope he's back.
Well, prediction on him is week after next. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if anything, at least put Austin Walter in there because Michael Hasty's gone. We lost him with the collarbone.
Yeah. D, we got to go. Let me let
All
me
right,
see you
bro.
Friday. All right?
All right, brother. Hey, have a good night. Appreciate the platform. Appreciate what you do.
Thanks,
love
fam.
You. Nothing but love to you, brother.
Thanks, D. All right, fam. Have a good night. And fam, when you see D, that's D under the name of his moniker says Niner. That's a number 9 Gang podcast. All right. All right. Wayno Vega. Thanks, Wayno, for that contribution, fam. All right. And Troy. Come on in, Troy.
Ronbo.
Troy.
Ronbo.
Yes.
Who are we getting in the draft, Ronbo?
You know what? If I had it my way.
What QB are we getting in the draft?
I ain't getting no QB, man. I'm telling you right now, I'm first round pick. Give me an offensive lineman. Because, you see, no matter what quarterback you get, you bring him in and set him in that meat grinder, he's going to look like everybody else that gets ground through that meat grinder. Turn the
I don't know,
hamburger.
Ronbo. But isn't Seattle's isn't their line pretty bad?
Well, like I said before, unless you're getting Russell Wilson to deal with an offensive line that can't block, okay. But Kyle
But have
Shanahan.
you seen, look who's coming out though. You've got you got Fields, you got Lawrence, you got
I'm
even that guy in Cincinnati, Ritter. Have you seen his highlights?
No, but you know what? As I said, I appreciate all those kids. I'm saying, what everybody who wants those running kids, you got to get another head coach or another OC. That's not Kyle's football style.
Well,
That's
then
the problem.
He's going to go by the wayside.
Maybe.
The league is going to pass him by. He has to adjust.
He's going to have to adjust. Or he is effective. You know, here's another thing. That's why I said offensive lineman. If you're going to run Kyle Shanahan's offense, and you're going to make him sit there and orchestrate from the pocket, you're going to have to get him some protection. Blaming the quarterback because he's getting killed makes no sense to me. So you get an offensive line out there. If you insist on him playing that style, protect him so he can do it. Because there's no doubt in my mind that Jimmy can do that. And I don't doubt Nick Mullins can do it. But if those guys are under extreme pressure on every snap, no, Kyle, they're not going to run your offense because they're going to be ducking for their lives. That's the way it is.
I can see that argument. But even with a good line, Jimmy does perform a lot better.
Yeah.
But we need him to perform. What's that?
Yeah, because he's not running for his life or trying to get out of the way. Or as they come in trying to protect the ball as he goes down. He's gotten better at that. It used to be they'd hit him so hard he'd cough up the ball. Now at least he tries to hold on to the ball. But they shouldn't have to do that.
It shouldn't have to, but that's part of the game, though, Ronbo. Like, there's going to be instances where you have years with bad offensive linemen, and in that case, you have to improvise with your run game. If you have absolutely no run game, and if you have a terrible pocket presence, then we need more from you, especially if we're paying you almost $30 million a year.
He could go off. He could go off schedule.
Come in at.
But do you notice none of them go off schedule? None of his three quarterbacks really go off schedule. Nick did a little something the other day, but normally all of them stand right there as if Kyle's looking at him and say, you move and you're dead. So Kyle I read something by him one time. He wants a quarterback that stands there with pressure coming at him. He's getting hit in the face. That's what Kyle wrote. He's hitting the face. He's getting hit everywhere, but he still keeps his eyes downfield. This is the Kyle Shanahan offensive system. He wants you to find his receivers and hit them. Make a decision quickly, hit them. That's what he wants. He doesn't want you running around.
Yeah, well, that's why the other teams are going to pass Kyle up.
Yeah.
So
that's the story.
I hate to say it.
Yeah. They didn't last year, and we ran the same offense. We had a great run game last year. If the offensive line, which was really sharp.
Have you seen Jimmy G's stats in the playoffs last year? They were not good at all.
That's all everybody goes by.
In spite of the offense we had around him.
But how about his stats all year long?
They were not good stats, Ronbo.
How about his stats all year long?
They were okay.
They
were bad.
But the way I'm looking at it, I can't isolate on just one section of the season. Now, the playoffs, that was his first playoffs experience last year as far as his whole year, for that matter. So Kyle's running an offensive system where he's depending on other things. We don't know what the game plan was. To blame Jimmy is to say he didn't do what Kyle said or he made a mistake on what Kyle was trying to do. Because, quite frankly, I didn't see Kyle pissed off at Jimmy the whole time. With the Super Bowl, in the playoffs, I got Raheem Mostert setting a new playoff record, running for over 200 yards. Why do I need Jimmy to throw the ball?
Yeah, because
this is the thing I keep scratching my head about.
Jimmy.
Yeah, but you think he's not trusting Jimmy? If I'm running the ball, and then, Troy, if you're a coach, I'm a coach, I'm running the ball down your throat, and all of a sudden I need to just start throwing the ball? Why?
Yeah, I see that, but the argument doesn't hold up in other instances where he stopped Jimmy from potentially tying or
tell me which game that was.
Or getting in the lead in crucial games, even like with the Super Bowl. Remember during halftime, right before halftime, Kyle let the clock run out.
How many times have you seen Kyle do that, though? How many times have you seen Kyle do that?
I saw him do it twice this year.
I've seen him do it more than that. He does that. He'll take a knee. Kyle wants to protect the ball. I don't think it matters who the quarterback is. That's just him.
Well, no, I think he
doesn't trust his quarterback. All right. Everybody thinks that. He could be right.
He let Mullins go though.
What? Mullins? When?
Yeah, right. I think it was what game was it? Was it the last game or was it before halftime? Or
hey, I'm not going to argue about Kyle's trust issues with Jimmy. You guys could be right. Maybe he just can't stand Jimmy in certain situations. I don't know. Well, all I know is Jimmy gets a lot of flack for things. Some things, he never gets any credit for anything he does good, but only the mistakes are remembered. Everybody that doesn't like him brings him up. And this is why I defend him, because that ain't right. He does a lot of good things out there. And the minute he makes a mistake, he gets defined by that mistake. He could do 30, 40 great plays, but if he makes a mistake, nobody gets over it. And I think that's just, Troy, I just can't get behind that. That's just
I don't
me.
know, Ronbo.
I know.
I'm not feeling Jimmy G.
I know. And I'm not feeling, see, we're in two different schools. We won the Cardinals and Rams game. We won the Saints game. Nobody remembers those games. They only remember the mistakes. And this is why I say, poor Jimmy, boy. That dude is never going to get a break. But Troy, as we always do, we ran out of time again. I got to stop and talk and let everybody else talk. Troy, can I get you back in here Friday? And we'll continue. And I promise to be quiet.
Got you.
All right, fam.
All right.
Have a good night. Hey, Zeus.
Ronbo.
Hey, Zeus. Wait, Zeus. Kyle Shanahan's going to the playoffs. Is he going to make it?
Man, the way how it's going, bro, no.
we got to tell him, too. Go ahead.
Real quick, man. I haven't been on here for a cool minute. I haven't seen my people on here. I would like to give a shout out to my boy Andres, and I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Gemini and everyone in the chat, my brother Shark Attack, and my boy Chad
that's
Garrison.
right.
But
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I haven't been on here for a while.
We missed it, too.
I've been on here for a while. And there's a Cowboys fan in the chat, bro.
Are you serious?
Can
We
you
always
believe
get
that?
the
A
Cowboys
fan.
and Hawks, too. They dominate. Texas boy's always in here, though. Well, I mean, he's not always. He takes days off now because his team is worse than ours.
Bro, they have, no room to talk, bro. Cowboys, really? 2-7, no?
I think
bro,
so.
I'm my granddaddy daughter, bro. Where do they have the audacity to try to come attack our team, bro? We're 4-6.
They're better than they used to be, though. They used to be. They're talking major poo-poo.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Real talk, man. I heard a lot of people. I heard a lot of people talking, and I agree on a lot of things that people said, and I disagreed on a lot of people said. You know what I'm saying? Me, do I want Jimmy G as our quarterback? No, because he's not a pocket passer, and Kyle Shanahan should know that by now, and he knows that this is a running team. He knows that this is a run-first team. If he wanted a pass-heavy quarterback, why didn't he go after Tom Brady? As much as I don't want Tom Brady either because he's old, but if we're gonna go pocket quarterback, either we draft one or we get one. Jimmy G is not set. He's not made for a pocket passing team. We have so much talent in receivers, and we have so much talent as tight ends, and everyone got to know that Jimmy G is not the guy. Nick Mullins, he messed up his chance. Nick Mullins messed up his chance. All I got to say is that, hey, if we're not going to win the rest of our games and say we end up 6-10, 7-9, because the way how it looks like we're probably going to beat the Cowboys, and who knows what the teams that we might beat, and I think this is our bye week coming up. So I gotta say, if we're not going to go to playoffs, flea market mixtape called me dumb because I didn't want Brady. But you guys can't go off of old players trying to go off a young team. What is that gonna prove to our team? I've never said that Brady was bad. I'm just trying to say that Tom Brady is getting old. You know what I'm saying? Bro, come on. Come on, bro.
Okay.
Well, anyway, Ronbo.
Brady, you're right, Brady the Saints had him coming up out of the dirt all day. You got to have for these kind of people, you've got to have an offensive line that can protect for 3 seconds. And that goes for Jimmy, even though Jimmy does fine from the pocket when nobody's coming to kill him. But yeah, he freaks out after about 3 or 4 hits. And that's just the way it is. I don't think any quarterback can endure that, except the ones that can run. And if your offensive line is that bad, you're probably designing your offense so they can run. Design runs on purpose. But if you're going to play Kyle's football and expect the quarterback to stand there with guys like McGlinchey and Compton on the same side of the ball, I felt sorry for Nick. Both those guys were a turnstile. I mean, they were getting killed. So there's Nick, but Nick did a good job for the pressure he was under. So, it's a rough thing. Yeah. And you got to have a run game if you got an offensive line like that. You got to break that up so they're not sitting there pinning their ears back and blitzing on every shot. So.
And I heard your guys' conversation earlier about us not going Mahomes in 2017.
Yeah.
Earlier, and I agreed with that, why we didn't go after Mahomes or the other quarterback you guys said. But at the end of the day, we wanted a pass rushing defensive line. We wanted to build defense instead of enhancing our offense. Because we got Solomon Thomas and then we got Reuben Foster.
2017? Yeah, that was the first year. We had to get, you got to build your defense. So, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind going young defense and then just going after veteran offensive players.
Well,
if Aaron Rodgers does leave, I'd rather have Aaron Rodgers under our.
Yeah, but remember, pocket, like I said, last year our pass rush turned Aaron Rodgers into a minor league quarterback. See, that's what I'm saying. Your best quarterbacks, Brady, Rodgers, if the offensive line can't protect them, they're useless. They're going down. We killed Rodgers last year because we had such a great defensive pass rush. That's just the way it is. Yeah. See, that's always that's the way it's always going to be. But to blame Rodgers and call him a bad quarterback, or call Tom Brady a bad quarterback because they get sacked, I just can't hear that.
You can't call those guys. The Super Bowl champion quarterbacks.
Well, not only that,
you can't. You can't call them.
That goes for any quarterback. No matter how good you are, I made that point to say, no matter how good you are, if you got no protection for at least 2.5 to 3 seconds, it doesn't matter. You're going down. But yeah, Jose, we're out of time again. I got to see you Friday, okay? Hope you get back.
What time?
Yeah, 6:30 to 7, somewhere in between there.
Oh, for sure, my brother. Thank you, man. You have a blessed night, Ronbo. Thank you for the platform, bro.
Thank you, fam. All right.
Jesus. It's Jesus.
Yeah. He's got his tag, guys. All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mahomeboy. All right. Gio! Gio! All right, no Gio. Emilio!
What happened?
Emilio, man, I'm sitting back here wondering, is Kyle Shanahan, he wants his wish to go to the playoffs. Kyle sounds like he's serious, too, which is why I was amused. Kyle's still going to the playoffs. I like that attitude. Emilio, does he have a shot?
I got a question for you. If he was Kyle Shanahan, you want to go to the playoffs?
No, you can't ask me that because you already know how I feel.
No, I want to answer it. Why not?
I've been told don't be saying that, Ronbo, because I said, oh man,
why not? It's how you feel.
I know, but I don't know if they can. I don't want him to go in there and get beat up in the first round. What if somebody gets hurt in the first round, and now we can lose him for the next season too? It's a scary thing. But I realize they work hard for these many months, getting beat up, dealing with COVID. They deserve to go to the playoffs, Emilio. Yes. I want them to go.
That's exactly my point. I want them to go too. Everybody can say we should tank. Why? We're Niners. We don't tank. When do we ever tank? Even when we suck, we still fight.
There's no tanking.
You know what I was thinking? You know what I was thinking earlier?
What?
You know when
what's the name with I was thinking about this year. I said it's so horrible. We had so many injuries on offense. I was thinking about that year with Hoyer. The offense was so close to winning.
Yeah.
They had so many injuries on defense. I was like, man, it just flip flop from one year to another. I said, man,
no, it's one of.
this is
I know,
crazy.
can't get both.
Shanahan was winning all them games and losing by 3 points because the defense was messing up. Now it's flip flop where the offense is the defense trying to win all these games. The offense keeps messing up. I said, man, is this going to be a trend for Saleh and Shanahan every other year or something?
See, that's why I went to the Super Bowl last year, Emilio. We had both sides was generally not bad. The defense was excellent, and the offense was good. Not excellent, but they were good. They were good enough. And now this year, both of them got everybody out. You know, we're lucky we win 4 games.
Hey, I take whatever we can. I told you before. I didn't let this. We don't suck. Like I said, it's not the team that sucks. We're just depleted in injuries. That's what it is. So it's just different. If we suck, I say, yeah, we suck. But
yeah.
You don't know what might happen. Even with the Giants, how they barely beat us at 9-7, won the Super Bowl. Anything can happen. Because let's say we all of a sudden get hot. All of a sudden we start winning games. Everybody's gonna start chanting and tell them, "Oh, we can win the Super Bowl." I'm still not down and out, even though we've lost these games and we've got destroyed. I'm like, man, we still have a possible chance because, like me and you used to talk previous years. Oh, you suck. You talking about they're good? No, these suck. This is as bad as the team is. It's actually still pretty good, which is funny to say.
Yeah, I know.
And we still have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. Like I said, it just missed tackles here and missed block assignments, but it's as bad as we are, we're not really that bad of a team, which is funny
compared to some other teams.
Say about this team.
Yeah.
No, that's the other thing. Like Cowboys are just crap.
That whole division.
Crap.
I mean, did you watch the Eagles yesterday?
Well, basically, that division is just hot garbage. That whole division, that East Coast, the East Coast division, they're just horrible.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's why I look at it. The 49ers might make the playoffs, not because they're going to be so worthy, but because there's so many traps. The Seahawks are doing just what I predicted. I said, you know what? Watch the Hawks. They can't continue to win with that sorry defense. And sure enough, it's catching up with them. What are they, 6-3?
Yes. Is this for? Yeah, isn't it a 3-way tie now for first place with them? Rams, Cardinals?
No, here's the fun thing about it. I can't wait till tomorrow night, Emilio, because if the Cardinals beat the Hawks, they will get humiliated 2 years in a row.
First place.
Right? Because, the Cardinals will have beat them twice. Last year, the same thing with us. We split with them, but we got to send them packing in the last game of the year, and they didn't. And they had to go to the playoff round. They do this every year.
At this point, it's starting to say, some of you Hawk fans that are on here, yeah, your team is falling apart. It's coming to an end. Russell Wilson ain't gonna really be able to carry that team. As much as Russell Wilson is talented, that team is coming to an end. You can kind of see it too. You really can.
Hey, that's why I said, when the dude called in there and said, y'all got to stop living in the past.
I get Pete Carroll about another year or two. He's done. He's not gonna be able to do it. Russell Wilson can't keep winning these games for him. I say. Like that previous caller talking, Russell Wilson can do this. I was like, yeah, he can.
But
Russell Wilson, hold on. Russell Wilson was not doing that his first year. So if you really think we're going to get a quarterback that's going to all of a sudden shine the first year, you're really mistaken. Because like I told you the other day, Lamar didn't do that his first year, and Mahomes didn't do it. Yeah, you saw glitches here and there. They could be great, but not one quarterback. Even if let's say we get a good quarterback, a rookie quarterback, he's not going to take it to the playoffs. I just don't see it because he's going to have too many mistakes, and it's not going to happen. I don't see if we get a rookie quarterback, all of a sudden we're going to go to the playoffs and be a Super Bowl champion team.
I would bet money Kyle Shanahan is not going to put the ball in a rookie's hands next year.
I would literally put money on that. As much as we're Niner fans, that's not going to happen. No matter how good a quarterback seems to be, his rookie, we've never seen a rookie go to a team to the Super Bowl. Even when came out, what was it, Ben Roethlisberger? He didn't even come out his first year and go to the Super Bowl like that. So
does it happen?
It's just
You know,
This doesn't happen.
Yeah, you got to get some seasoning. You got to get used to the NFL speed. It's a different game. You got to learn a lot of things, especially in Kyle Shanahan's offense. People think Kyle's going to bring a running quarterback in here. All right, do whatever you do. He starts running around.
The only one that kind of came close was Tom Brady, because that team was already set to win when Drew Bledsoe got hurt. That's the only one that came close. But
Tom,
not even then.
But Tom was not a rookie, wasn't he? Was he a rookie that year?
No, he was. It was. That's when Drew Bledsoe took over the team. I mean, when Drew Bledsoe got hurt,
Tom was a rookie.
Took over the team, but that team was already. I think he was. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was.
Maybe.
But like I say, that team was already set up to win when Drew Bledsoe got hurt.
Yeah, I remember Bledsoe. Yeah, so. Let me see you Friday if you get a chance, and let's continue. All right.
Nighty.
Night, fam.
All right, Ronbo. You have a good night, man.
You too. Here it comes. One of the founding members of TNT, Teresa.
Hold up, wait a minute, Ronbo. Go and put some red and gold up
Yes,
in it.
indeed. I've got some new bats here, too, Trey. I'm telling you, man, I got a bucket here. I can just go on and on. The whole place is just snowing, red and gold. Jazz, come on in, man, because I'm asking the same question I ask everybody else. Kyle says, don't talk to me about no computer. Put down I got a 6% chance of going to no playoffs. I'll take this one game at a time, and I'm looking forward to getting my guys back. So, Trez, is he going to pull off another miracle?
No, sir, Ronbo. No, sir. I didn't get a chance to call Sunday after the game to have to show no Monday Night Raw, so I'm going to revert back in time to after the game and all that type of stuff.
All right.
Because I want to get I just got to get some stuff off my
Of your chest. All right. Go right ahead.
I felt like Kyle Shanahan quit on the team. I honestly feel like as a head football coach, he actually quit. Our defense didn't quit. I give kudos to Robert Saleh. The defense didn't quit, but I think Kyle did quit. And,
he got mad. He probably did get mad.
Yeah, I find it very strange, the play calling, Ronbo. Just certain aspects of play calling, like the 4th and 1. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense to
Nobody's boy, Kyle. What are you doing? Just walk. Don't do nothing cute. Just straight ahead.
How many times have we said that, though, Ronbo?
Right.
How many times have we said that? I mean, don't get cute, but he gets cute. And then, I hear people say, Kyle, system this and system that. But, Kyle trusts his system more than he does his players. And you have to balance the two, Ronbo. Yeah, you trust your system, and you know how you need to draw things up, but at the same time, you got to trust your players, too. That's a balancing thing with a head coach, Ronbo.
Or at least know what they're capable of. Yeah.
Right. It's not one or the other. Because when we look at things, Ronbo, and just scratch our heads, I honestly think Kyle Shanahan holds back players, man. And I mean, when I say hold back, I mean the growth of the player. I mean, look at Richie James, man. We've been talking about TNT. Shout out to my TNT family. We've been talking about Richie James for the last 2 years, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we said how he flashes when he was on the field. We said how when Richie James out there, he makes something exciting happen. And then all of a sudden he disappears to the bench again. And you look at the game he had prior to this game he just played, the Sunday before that. I mean, he's shown, that he has the speed to get behind. He has great route running. I mean, Kyle is holding back the development of players, holding them back. I just don't understand it, Ronbo. I really don't.
I wish if we could hang out and practice, maybe we'd see something. But from what I'm seeing, I'm with you. I don't understand. Kyle, what you make Richie wait? Trent is not doing anything. Let Richie play.
Not only Trent. I mean, let's go on to Dante. I mean, how long did he stay on the team? I mean, it doesn't make sense, man. The moves just don't make sense. We've been calling for these people heads. He won't do it. Then you get this guy. We get Richie James back in good health, and then get him on the field. And look what he does, Ronbo. I mean, he explosive, man. He got the speed to get past the secondary. I mean, past safeties, everything, man. That dude was 5 yards deeper.
I didn't know he had that kind of speed. He's got that football speed. Richie was out in front by a mile.
And then we take a quarterback out the game to put a quarterback in the game for one play to throw a deep shot. They still can't throw a deep ball. That ain't make sense to me.
Well, you know what? You know what I feel sorry for CJ for? He could actually throw that ball deep, but CJ standing there doing something else. He should have kept us ready, though. But CJ, get in there. Something was wrong with Nick Mullins' quad. They was working on him. But CJ, all of a sudden, he ain't warmed up or anything else. He's supposed to chuck one deep downfield. If you have him do that, let him go over there and warm up a while. Oh, man.
Well, I look at it like this, Ronbo. In this year's draft, first thing first, offensive line must be addressed.
Yeah.
No other position. Offensive line must be addressed.
Every year we go through this.
Offensive line must be addressed.
Amen.
Point blank, period.
We don't have a center.
Let's just sit in a nutshell.
We got to have somebody who can play tackle because McGlinchey is starting to get on everybody's nerves. He's a great run blocker, but is there possible to get a run blocker and pass protection like another Trent Williams possibly? Oh.
Who knows, Rumble? But I look at it like this: if Kyle wants to go to the playoffs, then Kyle has to coach better. He has to do better as a head football coach. Yeah, he has to. That's all up to him. You know, that's where the buck stop and start with Kyle Shanahan. And as far as people want to talk about the running quarterback, the elephant in the room. Okay, let's deal with the elephant in the room
real quick, Tress, because we're out of time.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I agree. The league is changing. We're going back to the mobile quarterback now, and either Kyle adjusts and possibly put one on the team on the rosters, you know. But I'm still not ready to give up on Jimmy. I looked at Jimmy's tape of 2019 Ronbo. You go back and look at those games. He was rotating the hips, man. He was firing some balls, man. He wasn't standing flat foot on his best throws.
Yeah.
What happened to that? You know what I'm saying? What happened? So get him a good quarterback coach, and let's see what Jimmy really can, mature to. And that's all I got, Ronbo. Shout out to my TNT family. Shout out to you and the staff. We appreciate you, Ronbo.
Thanks,
Trez. I'm going to try to get in more often. You know what I'm saying? I had got a little busy, but, I had to go on to check in because I had a lot on the table, Ronbo.
I'm glad to hear it, too. I always love having you, Trez. You and Trey, the founding members of TNT. All right, fam.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you later, Trez.
Have a good one, Ronbo.
You too.
All right.
AJ.
Hey, Jay, what's going on?
Oh, hey, Jay, man. I was just getting excited because the bye week is coming up, and Kyle's feeling like he can launch on offensive next week. And I was saying he sounds like he's all ready to roll, getting his guys back. I was trying to get a feel of what everybody believes. Is Kyle onto something here? And also, they picked up a new edge rush in Takk. Is that going to be... Boy, is that going to work? Actually, the defense looked a little better last week. They must have figured something out. But what are you thinking, AJ?
David and Goliath, you had that on your YouTube.
Well, that was,
days
boy.
ago, but who do you
Michael
think
Thomas.
is Kyle Shanahan, a David or a Goliath?
No, Kyle didn't have anything to do with it. I was talking about little Jason Verrett against big bad Michael Thomas. Boy, he did a good job, though. Michael Thomas, David won.
Okay, so check the temperature for our team currently. Do you think Seattle going to take the division? You think Arizona going to take the division, or you think the Rams going to take the division? I know we ain't taking the division.
No, but win. But the Hawks are in trouble because I don't see the defense getting any better between now and the end of the year, and they've gotten exposed. Russell Wilson's trying to win games by himself now, and he's taking too much of a load. He's making mistakes. Kyler Murray scares the bejesus out of me, and now all my nightmares are coming true. He is that dangerous. My God, that boy is scary good.
I think he was watching Russell Wilson in college and just was taking notes.
Yeah, he's next year he'll be better than Russ next year because that boy, He's faster, which makes him even more dangerous. When Kyler takes off, he is tearing up ground at a way faster pace. So if you come up on him, he's going to leave. And then he's really accurate with them shots, too. His passing is nice. The Rams, I don't know about them. I really can't figure the Rams out.
You don't know about the Rams?
Yeah, the Rams.
Okay. I think
The Rams are kind of interesting
because
they beat Russie up, but Russie ain't got no defense. So I don't know how to call them. We beat them up. So, and we wasn't even at 100%. So.
I heard you said earlier in the conversation, I forgot who you was talking to. You was like, oh, Cal did not let his quarterbacks go off schedule. Cal about to be off schedule. He keep playing the way he playing.
Yeah.
Like, as in he ain't going to have a job, or he needs to go ahead and just be offensive coordinator because he can't handle both the head coach job, offensive coordinator job, and so to speak, in my opinion, the players he's picking, some of the players he's picking is boo-boo. Just boo-boo. I don't like some of the players he's been picking, but, I ain't the coach. I ain't an NFL head coach or nothing like that, but I be looking at this shit like, this is bogus. This stuff he's doing is kind of bogus. And I knew he was going to be good at coordinating, but, man, we got to get our head coach in the game. Come on, coach.
That's more of a John Lynch. But Kyle still has something to say about the personnel. But, my God, Dante Pettis was Kyle's idea. But then they've changed their way of thinking since they picked up Dante, and which is funny. Go ahead.
Dante Pettis, do you think that was the worst bust in who was the other bust that was just completely just bogus? It was like 5 years ago when everybody was laughing at that before we even had who was that?
A.J. Jenkins?
I think it was it was Jenkins. That dude was, man, he was a ghost. He was a ghost. Literally.
But that wasn't Kyle's pick though. That was
I know. I'm just saying.
But comparing,
we keep doing this.
Yeah,
and we keep doing this as how you gonna build
AJ,
and be consistent.
But AJ, this is what I'm talking about. You get guys out of the draft. It's a hit or miss.
Hit miss.
You got a 70-30 percentage, no matter what position. Maybe he'll make it, but there's a bigger chance that he won't. The NFL is a scary thing. It's the best of the best football players, and some of them grown men have been around for years, right? So whatever the the college kid comes in to deal with, some of the dudes out there been out there for a long time. They were good when they came in, and now they're better. So when you come in, you've got to be extraordinary. The odds of you succeeding are hugely stacked against you. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody go get a new quarterback. We get a cost friendly quarterback out of the draft, and let's go. Oh, we can't. This team actually is designed to get back to the Super Bowl. We lost some players, but that nucleus is still there. You need to keep a quarterback in there that knows what he's doing. You get that kid out of the draft.
So you think Jimmy G gonna be the answer for our future, right?
What?
Do you think Jimmy G gonna be our answer for the future?
Well, no, he doesn't have to be the answer, but he's already fully fitted on this team. I mean, he needs to be healthy. I mean, he's not going to be able to play on a bad leg. I mean, he tried,
I got 3 things to say about
but
Jimmy,
he failed.
though, before we get over. I got 3 things. He made a poor decision before he even got it. I think he was getting traded from New England to the Niners. He was at L.A. with a porn star or something with big boobs. That was piss poor decision. You're not even in the NFL with a different team yet, and you're doing this. That right there showed me one thing about his mindset. That's real talking. I've been out here in the streets. I've been out in this corporate world. That was poor as hell. I was like, what's wrong with this dude? And then when he was running the ball, when he was running that ball and hurt himself, that was a piss poor decision. Just go out of bounds. Why was he trying to stop? So his decision making and then his idea of being able to get happy feet in the pocket right now, currently, when he's playing this year, it's just, I don't think that dude is going to be decent to do any more NFL playing that well.
No, like Trez says, first of all, you got to fix that offensive line. Happy feet is going to be the case. Have you ever been, AJ, you ever been hit by a dude that weighs 300 pounds? That's got to be painful. I'd have happy feet, too. In fact, I just called time, damn this, man. Y'all ain't paying me enough. Somebody don't stop that dude. He's hit me 3 times today. I'm done. I'd get thrown out anyway.
Well, make and break your head coach and the players that's playing for you. throw the ball out of bounds, throw the ball to the ground. Be like, damn, y'all got to do something. Make him look bad. Do something besides get those type of situations.
It's rough out there. I'm just saying, I see every quarterback in the league with a bad offensive line going down in a heap. It's not just Jimmy. But anyway, AJ, we got to go, fam.
Right.
I'm going to see you when you get back because you make an appearance.
Popcorn and peanuts, man. Take that damn Jimmy G down.
Get rid of Jimmy.
All right.
That's what we need to do.
All right,
Night,
later.
fam. All right. And Matt Gaskill, thanks, Matt. Jimmy G will win the Super Bowl for us in 2021. Love this show. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna rock when it comes to Jimmy. I'm gonna give reasoning. I'm gonna explain. I'm not blaming him for everything. My homeboy. God, why did he go over to Kansas City? My homeboy, do you realize your input means nothing to me? Fam, I'm going to go before my homeboy makes another statement. Most annoying individual I know of. Well, Texas boy's not as bad as he is. And you know what? Actually, Smiley and him are about neck and neck with my homeboy inching him out. Because Smiley knows he doesn't know what he's talking about, but this guy thinks he does. Anyway, fam, I'm going to see you Friday, and we ain't giving any scores, but you know what we're going to get to do? We get to talk about how the Hawks lost again. Don't let the Hawks lose the Cardinals again. I may come in at 10 o'clock at night just to laugh. Oh, God, I get such a rush. It's funny. I always knew it wasn't just about the opponent. I don't like the Hawks. I don't like their fans, except for one. He's a nice guy. He's reasonable. The Cardinals are in our division. I don't hate them. I never did. I always considered them tough, even before they got, remember that stretch when they had 2014, 2015, after they started winning the division? Yeah, I didn't hate them. I wanted to beat them, but I didn't hate them. The Hawks are easy to hate. And Patrick, my homeboy, he makes you hate this. He makes you hate the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't even hate the Cowboys as much as I hate the Chiefs. And this goes back a deep play. Why? Because I'm a homeboy and his dumb takes. Anyway, Dead like fam. I'll see you Friday. Niner!